screwdriver. Oh no, don't run over at Ratliff, no.
Well, guys, Shannon Babbs down there in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. I think they're putting possibly a new transponder on the number 18 car. So a few little mishaps to get things started. And yeah, you see the debris out on the racetrack. Hope it's not a screwdriver. We found one of those last night.
Yeah, they're going to pick something up, whatever it is.
Is it a Randy? Is it a socket wrench? I'm not sure what that was. Wow.
All right, well, Bobby Pierce, we've talked about it. That was Ben's pick. He's got to come from the 21st starting spot, but he is chasing his 5th North-South 100 win in an unprecedented 4th in a row. He rallied to 9th here on Thursday, actually qualified last, if you remember, in Group A, had a rally from that. And he was 2nd here last night in his prelim after that last lap pass by Josh Rutz.
Well, the Show Me 100, what he started 15th there and won.
Well, yeah, guys, and a year ago we started 14th at lap 56. He went to the win. Now back to the lead. Now Davenport got back to the lead for about 5 laps, and then after that, Bobby said sell. But starting back in the field doesn't worry me. I think what you got to watch, and Randy, I'd love your take. Man, this racetrack is challenging, and you can't put yourself in a bad position.
No, and here's the other problem. They're going to set a pretty fast pace, so when they're doing that, you got to keep up. You can't afford to go a lap down, and then we got the hole in turn 1, so you got to play your cards right until the last 20.
All right, Florence Speedway, this is a salute to you, the greatest race fans in the world. It's the Sunoco North-South 100 front stretch. They're coming at you 4 wide. All right, back straightaway, get ready. The 27-car starting field for the Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100 backstretch. They're coming at you 4 wide.
We should take him to the infield and do the infield 4 wide. Look at that crowd in the infield.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Again, this is an Arizona Sports Shirts Crown Jewel Cup. If time allows, weather allows, it'll be a non-qualifiers race after this, and Ben will interview the top 3 on the Big River Steel podium. Who will be in Veland Victory Lane here tonight? Again, on the Bill Stein Shocks pole is Dan Ebert. They're sure.
That's unbelievable. It's an entire city
I don't know
down
what
there.
to say.
All right, race fans, one thing that we like to do is, now that the 4 wide is over, we like to ask you to grab a seat. We've got a lot of young race fans in the crowd. We got a lot of up-and-comers here. We want those kids, we want those around us to have a great view of the racing action here this evening. So let's take our seats on this one final parade lap around the racetrack, and let's give all of our fellow race fans and our racing family a good, clean view of tonight's action.
The furled green flag from Rob Penrod. The race car engineering pace truck will make its way to the infield. By the way, Overton had a good car in that dash when he came from 5th to 2nd, but Dan Ebert led every lap there. Dan Ebert trying to walk out of here with $81,000 tonight if he can come home with a victory. It would be his first ever win in a super late model. At the Yates door and Holligan Rigging start zone, Ebert, Overton for $75,000, Dustin Jarrett.
Green flag is out in the 44th running of the Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100. Ebert will wash up the track and grab that early lead, but Jonathan Davenport going to shoot down to the inside. He's going to try to lead lap 1. So is Ebert as they roll off into turns 3 and 4. At the end of lap number 1, Dan Ebert will lead the Sunoco North-South 100.
Now this weekend has been talked about the 3s and the 4s on the right rear. Who went with the softest, who went with the hardest? They go down the back straightaway. 100 green flag laps. They come out at turn number 4. Dan Ebert leads the first 2 here tonight.
Jonathan Davenport second. Devin Moran, I said Donnie Moran. I was throwing it back a few years. Devin Moran in 3rd. There's Brandon Shepard. There's Brandon Overton. There's Tyler back there, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. This Garrett Alberson lead duo trying to put a couple of car links between themselves in that battle for 3rd, and they're able to do so. About a 2nd advantage for Ebert and Davenport early in the going in this one.
Randy Weaver, how can Ebert stay for 100 laps up top?
It's going to be tough. It's hard on the right rear to be up there this early doing that pretty fast pace, but the 49's snaking around the bottom, and he's pretty good. So I'd say Ebert's bunch is going to try to move him around here in a minute.
James Essex swatting the moths away up here in the press box as Ebert and Davenport go at it. They have really stretched out early in this one. They got a 2.2 second advantage over the battle for the third spot as they're setting a pretty torrid pace at the front of the field. Upper 17 seconds for your two leaders. 18-4, 18-2, 18-7 for the drivers running third, fourth, and fifth. And Randy, it is nearly a full straightaway advantage for Ebert and Davenport up front in that battle for the lead.
Yeah, Davenport's really, really good off the bottom of the corners and getting a wide entry, and of course he bounces through the bump there, but he can still get traction leaving, and Ebert's up there just really trying to carry momentum, but it's really hard. And here goes Davenport.
Davenport's going to throw a slider. He's going to take the advantage. Here comes Ebert back down to the inside. Ebert stays out front, James.
Good one so far. Davenport finally clears him out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. So Dan Ebert led the first 7 laps of this race, and we've got a new leader, and it's Jonathan Davenport in 49.
Davenport officially the leader that time by the scoring loop, as James said. 8 laps in the book, 7 laps, or excuse me, 92 laps running. My goodness, what was I thinking? He had 15 lap north-south. Davenport wasting no time, putting a little bit of a gap between himself and Dan Ebert. Ebert going to go back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Tyler Erb has worked his way up to third on the high side. 8th to 3rd, Tyler Erb now. He's 3.4 behind the top 2. It's Davenport, Ebert, Erb, Moran, Overton, Shepard, Bronson. He is running in 6th. Shepard, Thornton, Alberson, and Josh Rice is 10th in the car 11. Bobby Pierce now up 6 spots. He started 21st. He's in 15th. Turbo up 5. He's gained more positions than anyone else right now in the bid for the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger of the race. You're looking back on, what is that, 6th, 7th, and 8th there on your screen. That right there is 4th and 5th on your screen. Devin Moran in the 99 has 4th. Brandon Overton runs 5th. All right, now the tail end of the field, all 27 starters still out there. I believe that is Clay Harris still, or Shannon Babb back at 27th right now. Babb, by the way, out of the race. Did he not start the race? He went to the infield right to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and he did not make a lap. Had trouble for Shannon Babb before this one even begins. As you see, the 76 and the 99 continue to work side by side. Meanwhile, no, Babb is out there. Transponder's not picking up. Right. Yeah, he is out there. Remember, they was going to get him a new transponder. Trouble for Justin Ratliff here on the front straightaway. He's got a flat, and that's going to draw the Hellraiser Jack's caution with 10 laps scored. As the left rear is down on the Ratliff Racing number 16. So 10 laps scored in this one, 90 laps still to go. Jonathan Davenport took over the lead on lap number 8. He's out front. He tried again. He had already stretched out to a 1.4 second advantage over Dan Ebert. Tyler Erb has worked his way from 8th up to 3rd. Devin Moran 4th. Brandon Overton 5th. Ben.
Yeah, and Max Blair, right side of that race car, was like a can opener, got a hold of it. They're trying to pull that away from the right rear tire. All 4 wheels up on that, all four tires up, shuts down that race car. Justin Ratliff rolls down through here. Right side tires up on the race car. Get the jack under there. The left rear is the one that's shredded on cart number 16. You'll get a new Hoosier on there. No body damage to be able to rejoin the back of the pack.
No, Tyler Erb again up to 3rd from 8th, up 5 spots. Moran is 4th, and Overton, Shepard, Bronson, Thornton, Alberson, Rice. Marlar is 11th. Carson, Ferguson, Hilzebeck, Lawler, Pierce 21st to 15th right now, up 6 spots in 32.
It's Dylan McCowan 16th, Frank Heckenus Jr. 17th, Dallin Murdy 18th, Hudson O'Neill, he's dropped back to 19th, and Zach Dome right now rounds out the top 20. Again, 10 laps scored. In the Sunoco North-South 100, you see 2 cars in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. That's Justin Ratliff on the left, Max Blair on the right.
In $3,500 just to take the green flag and start this race. All 27 starters will be back out as Ratliff will come out. All are still on the lead lap. So a break for those guys in the back, Randy, is
you couldn't shoehorn another person into this place.
But Tyler Erb's been good early here. 8th to 3rd.
Yeah, Tyler is really good right now, and you can tell he's just not up there trying to kill it, and he's setting a really good pace. But I talked to him the other night a little bit, and he acted like his biggest problem so far, he's been really, really good. He's been really good early and then fades. So far so good for the #1 best performance car.
All right. Caution lights turned off. Green flag going to wave this time. Delaware double file restart. 10 scored, 90 to go. Green waves in the ace door and Holland the rigging restart zone. The ace door in 49. Up front, trouble for Ebert. Oh, it's a pile up on the front straightaway. And we have got carnage and mayhem in a blocked front straightaway here at Florence Speedway in the North-South 100. Red flag is out.
We got a lot of good race cars torn up, guys. This is going to eliminate a lot of contenders. Brandon Shepard, a ton of damage. Bobby Pierce pulls his helmet off. Looks like the front of that race car's mangled. Hudson O'Neill has got damage on the filler panel. And, man, just it looks like Ebert's car did not want to take off. Meanwhile, Max Blair on top of the 18 of Shannon Babb.
A wild, wild turn of events here on what has already been a wild, wild weekend.
Yeah, and it looks like Sheppy's up on top of the 157, Mike Marler. So, like you said, it took out a lot of race cars. It looked like the 60 car of Ebert took off, but then he just stalled. I don't know. You know, we've seen a lot of electrical problems and battery issues this weekend for some reason, but
I mean,
it just died.
I see 3 or 4 cars on top of other cars. Word from the front straightaway, all drivers are okay. That's a good sign. The 13 of Murdy is on top of the 5 of Troutman. The Rocket 1 is on top of the 157 of Marler. The 111 of Blair is on top of the 18. In a truly bizarre turn of events on a lap 10 restart here at Florence Speedway. You see Dan Ebert there talking to Devin Moran. I think he gave him a fist bump, maybe trying to explain what happened. Ebert looking underneath Moran's number 99. There's the 13 of Murdy.
Yeah, and your championship points leader right there.
Man, oh man.
Well, and it's an interesting situation, too, with cars on top of cars. People are getting out of the cars down here, and they're walking over to the wall, letting their crew guys know if there's any chance they can get back out there. Some of these guys will, but I think this is going to eliminate a lot of contenders here. Drake Trotman's trying to evaluate his race car. He's got Dallin Murdy on top of it, and Trotman looking under it. But, man, it's been a while since I've seen a pile up like this, guys. This is a tough one.
I don't even know where you start in trying to get this accident site cleaned up. You see Max Blair down there. There's Frank Heckenus Jr. My goodness, just there's the crews that you can see.
Brandy
Crews
Blair
and wives and team members down there standing on the Uke tires trying to.
They're like in shock like we are. It's like,
yeah.
Well, I don't recall ever seeing anything like this.
It's been a truly interesting weekend in terms of incidents, and it started with Dylan McCowan, who flipped out of the park on Thursday. On Friday, had Michael Leach with that violent barrel roll, flipped 5 or 6 times down in turns 3 and 4. Earlier tonight, you had a double flip with Trevor Landrum and Jason Jameson down in turns 3 and 4. And now this incident right here, as you see Brandon Shepard down there trying to survey the damage on the Rocket 1. Ben, take it away.
Dan Ebert, what happened, man?
Not sure. We took off good, and something broke in the drive line. I'm not totally sure, but hate it to pile up the field like that. Just unfortunate. Had a good run there, just trying to be patient, long race.
All right, tough break. Dan Ebert out of the race. He's down here talking to Devin Moran as Moran's up under the back of Ebert's car. They're starting to pull them off one by one down here. You got Dallin Murdy's car off of the top of Drake Troutman's, and a couple of looks here to see what went awry here in the North-South 100.
All right, here's your FK Rod Ends instant replay from the flag stand cam first. You heard Dan Ebert say that something in the drive line broke as he was coming up to speed coming off the 4th corner. We got a couple more looks at this. Let me get those queued up and show you. Weaver, you ever seen anything like that in your racing career?
I actually seen that a couple of times, one time at Gaffney and stuff, but what happens is it's unbelievable when you're back, behind 2 or 3 rows. about 2 or 3 rows, you're right up under the deck lid of the guys in front of you. So when the guy in the front, something breaks, and remember, we've been jumping through this hole all weekend. So when a rear end drive shaft something breaks, you stop, and the guy 2 behind you can't see anything.
So you see Moran down there. You got to be worried about getting into the radiator, right? With the rear bumper.
Yeah, well, with the front T-bar, honestly, the radiator caps are 2 inches from that and probably an inch from the hood. But something like that, it's definitely probably moved it. Hopefully it ain't broke it, but still you're going to have all that aero damage, and it's just crazy how hard these guys work on these race teams and race cars to make them absolutely as perfect as you can, and then something like this, and it just damages everything.
Let's take a look at another FK Rod-Ins instant replay. Here's the start. Right there, yeah, you just saw right there, Randy, on the left side of the screen.
Yeah, and if you notice on that takeoff even, he was kind of bouncing through there. But, you know, I say it all the time. I do not understand how these race cars and the parts on them take what they do. I mean, we're 900 horsepower. We're going through ruts, bouncing plumb off the ground, all fours. You know, the motors are ripping on the drive shafts and the jack shafts through the rear end. So axles, I mean, it's amazing to me they do what they do.
Randy, this is one of those instances, to the point you were just making, that there's potential to be so many different things damaged on these race cars that even if you're involved, I mean, how difficult is it to go back out there and risk tearing up even more, considering there's still 90 laps to go?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you think you're okay, and then first green flag, you got to launch it back in there and wide open and load the right front. So is there a lower control arm cracked? Is there a ball joint about to break or whatever?
Guys, we're down here with Brandon Shepard. Shepard surveying the damage, man. When it happens, anything you can do other than hit the brakes and close your eyes?
That's literally all you can do. Just hang on and hope. I thought I was flipping over there for a minute, but yeah, you know, that's I don't even know what to say about it, honestly. I'm just going to not say anything so I don't say anything that hurts anybody's feelings.
There you go. All right. Well, Brandon Shepard, man, torn up Rocket 1 down here, literally right on top of Mike Martler's car. Martler was talking with the crew, and they think they had a game plan, but, man, looking at the situation, you got to think, Randy, that's going to be one that's definitely got the radiator, but we'll find out momentarily.
Yeah, definitely with them sitting up on top of each other like that. But I'm just watching the 60 car, Dan Ebert. They can't even push this car, so whatever in the drive line that's broke, it's either dug into the ground or it's locked the rear end up, or the drive line's locked up. So he definitely had an issue, and I've also been in the front of a pack on a restart and broke a drive shaft years ago, and man, you talking about just hanging on, and it wasn't this bad.
Yeah.
But
And then you got the wreckers. How many? We got 3 or 4 wreckers. You got to go drop off the cars in the infield, right? Come
Guys,
back out.
I think that is the problem. The drive shaft, it broke back at the yoke, and it is straight into the ground. I think that's the issue they're having with that.
Yep, I figured that. And a lot of times it'll get so deep in the dirt like that, they'll have to have one of these wreckers to pull it out and then, of course, get it up high enough to drag it out.
All right, we'll take a third look, as we've got the drone footage now of what happened here. Our FK Rod-Ins instant replay, so it's going to be, yeah, right there. Man, Randy, did you ever go to Pennsboro? It reminds me of one of those. We saw this a couple times at Pennsboro, those big accidents where, you know, Duke Wizzian or someone, Bill Fry on the front straightaway, and 20 cars pile up.
Well, that one, I think Bill helped Duke out of the race car by his helmet. I think I remember that one. He reached in there and grabbed him and helped him out of the race car and drug him out. Was that in West Virginia or was that Pennsboro?
Man, I thought it was at Pennsboro.
It was at Pennsboro.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a miracle, to the point you guys made, that none of these cars actually got upside down. Again, 3 of them end up on top of other cars.
Yeah, and what's ironic about this, the race I was here a couple of months ago, they, on a restart, it was almost this bad. It was only a couple of cars up on top of the hoods or whatever, but it goes back to what we said all weekend. The racetrack's really fast, these long straightaways, and when you're on them starts, you're right up under the spoiler. You cannot see what's fixing to happen in front of them, so it's the accordion effect. Just as soon as anybody checks up a little along, brakes, and the drive shaft's dragging in the ground, which, you know, like putting your landing gear out, so nobody can do anything at that point.
So you're talking about the championship points leaders, the top 3, right? All involved in this.
Guys, we're
incident.
down here
Yes.
with Bobby Pierce. You got Brandon Shepard on top of you. Obviously, a lot of damage on this race car, and you told me you were getting ready to sell this race car and maybe a little bit cheaper price now.
Well, I was not really happy with it before Cedar Lake. Then I went and won Cedar Lake with it, and I was like, okay, we got this thing rolling. And obviously that was a hard hit. Probably going to take this thing to Longhorn and get her clipped, whether it's front, rear, both. I don't know. I mean, it was an accordion effect there for sure. I think people behind me were still, as they were braking, it was like the guy behind them was still on the gas, and he hit the brakes, and it just bad deal. So that was like the big one, and by the time I saw it, I was on the brakes. I was still going to hit Shep hard, but then it was just, like I said, kind of an accordion effect, and took some hard hits, but I'm perfectly fine, so that's great. And, the car is not, however, so it sucks this is how it ended our run for 5th North-South and 4 in a row, but we'll be back next year and try again.
Guys, Bobby Pierce out of this one tonight. He's got Brandon Shepard on the front of his car, Zach Dome under the back. Zach Dome was actually under the race car, helping him take a look at it. They're still trying to extract Max Blair's car down here, as it's going to be the double hook action down here to get him off of Shannon Babb's number 18. And yes, Shannon Babb changed transponders before the race went green, and it still wasn't picking up DJ and James, so he was out there. And right now he's probably wishing he was not.
Well, as they try to get this 111, man, that 111 is really hooked into the 18 of Babb. And Weaver, you're looking at the right side of the screen there. I see. Are they changing radiators in the, changing radiators in Hudson O'Neill's car?
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. The way the T-bars are, you can see how that top one is bowed, and you don't have very much room at all or clearance. And good thing is about these teams, you know, that's how the 116 team used to go too. You have to have hoses already mounted. You got to have your temperature sensors, everything in the radiator. So when you get in a position like this, you're not chasing parts or trying to swap parts. So they'll actually throw it in, put the top radiator mount on, and just hook the, probably a number 20 AN hose on both ends and tighten her up, fill it up with water, and they're going to have plenty of time from the looks of the cleanup.
Mike Marlar, I came by your place a couple of years ago. You put me in the car crusher. That's what this looks like right now. You got Brandon Shepard on top of yours. How much damage have you got to the 157?
I got a lot. We're out of the race. Shep's out of the race. A lot of good cars are out of the race, and I don't know. Hopefully we can put on a show what's left out there, I guess.
You sure are, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks for having me. Appreciate everybody supporting us this weekend, and sorry we couldn't stay out here and race hard for 100, but we'll live to do it tomorrow.
Marlar, you've been in a lot of races. When's the last time you've been in a deal that was with this many cars and this much damage?
It's been a while. None of them was like hard hits, but I was just waiting on finally that one that tipped me over that was going to be on my roof, so but yeah, just wasn't nobody could do. Dan wasn't nothing Dan could do. He just broke something there and throw 900 horsepower at some metal, and sometimes it breaks, so he just broke, and it just stacked everybody up, and couldn't get stopped. But yeah, like I say, can't bellyache about it too bad. We had a really good weekend here, just right up to this point. It's been really good. So we'll fix it up and take her somewhere next week.
Race fans, Mike Marlar out of the party, but positive attitude in the 157.
I see about 13 cars, 12 or 13 cars that were not involved in the accident. Now, that's not to say that's how many will continue if they work on cars and get some back out, but man, I feel like we've said it about 3 times already this weekend, but this is truly one of the most bizarre things that I have seen in quite some time.
Liebert's car is still down here. Of course, they're using the wreckers to get this all untangled here in front of us, but Shepard comes in as the points leader. O'Neill is second in points. He was involved. Moran third in points. Overton, he is still out there, I would assume, right? Trying to keep track of all of this.
Yeah, he's still out there.
So he managed to miss this.
Yeah, he's over on the back chute, lined up. But the thing is about some of this stuff you said a while ago, I guess they would, all the wreckers would just pull them in the infield.
Yep.
I don't think they'd fit. There's so many people down there. It's amazing, but you know, it's just sad to this early in the race to have something like that happen. And I know it wasn't Ebert's fault. It's just part of the game, you know. I don't know what else to say. These guys are the professionals, and you can see when something goes wrong, there's nothing you can do. Just hang on.
We've seen a lot of clips of the 71 car here, and you know, it's kind of a broken record because we say it all the time. But I mean, that's the SSI Motorsports team, right? But I see Nick Hardy from the 76 team down there helping out. Saw Zach Friels down there from the Rice 11 or the Ratliff Racing 11 down there helping out a little bit ago too. But total team effort in the infield. Again, I know we say that all the time. Well, let's take one more look at all the different angles of this incident that has stopped the action with 10 laps in. First from the Donago Power Sports drone. The front straightaway just completely blocked. Then we'll take a look at the second angle. Ben, as we look at these replays, go ahead.
Yeah, down here was Zach Dome. And Zach, you've helped like 4 guys down here with their cars. Does this knock you out of the race tonight?
I don't know. I'm not that bad, but like that's going to be slow as hell. You know what I mean? I don't know how good we can get it fixed, but we're going to at least be able to drive back to the infield and try to patch it. I don't know. We're going to make a couple laps, see if we're all right. That's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting till they get him off there and him out of there, and then I'll go check it out.
How many race fans want to see Zach Dome give it a shot and try to keep going? I know this stinks, but this place has got to feel special to you, man. You always run well. I know this is bad luck, and these fans love you here. I know you're a West Virginia guy, but, man, they love you in Kentucky.
Yeah, dude. If we didn't have that Dome Cycles back home, I'd try to move down here and race. I love all these tracks down here. I sell more T-shirts down here. I get more cheers. You know, at home I get booed. So I love it down here. I didn't know that I'd made this race 7 times and had 6 top 10s, but that's pretty good. So
you got to keep going, man. We got to rally now.
Half the field's out. We might still be able to do it.
Race fans, make some noise for him, Zach Dome. He's going to start Dome Cycles West and start one in Kentucky, guys. We'll keep the one over in West Virginia, and then we'll have one in Kentucky. Oh, man, Rocket 1. Not the liftoff they were looking for tonight. They've got the double wreckers trying to pull it off there off Bobby Pierce's car. And Randy, you know, man, as you said, the beating these cars take, but as much attention, you guys are playing a job of 16th of inches in the shop with these race cars, and then this comes out here and happens. It's just, man, it's really dejecting. It's a tough situation to see for these teams to put so much time and money into these race cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Like just on a regular week after a race, you know, you've got 5 pages of maintenance sheets that you go through and make sure everything's back 100%. And now you have a crash, you got to do that 5 pages plus about 15 more. So it's really disappointing. And but when these guys get it fixed and roll back to the next race, they'll look brand new and they'll be ready to roll.
Well, that's the thing you think about, guys. You've heard teams down there talking about going to Longhorn, going to Rocket. If you're a Lucas Oil regular, you got to be in Batesville, Arkansas on Friday. And, man, from over here, it's hard to get there by airplane. I mean, that is not an easy place to get to from Florence, Kentucky. And now if you've got to go the opposite direction, build a new race car, all of a sudden there's not going to be much sleep this week for some of these teams.
Randy, you've got that monitor over there. We're going to walk through the slow-mo on this replay again. Tell us again for the folks at home as you watch this. Tell us what happened here to Ebert, you think?
Well, the 60 cars, of course, you're wide open for a start. You can see right there, probably drive shaft or the rear end. Somehow it got the drive shaft down in the ground. And I'm telling you, on these starts, that's why it's so important to qualify good. I always liked it just because you can actually see stuff that's going to happen. When you're 6th row or whatever, all you're hoping for is that guy don't check up or somebody in front of him spins out, because you cannot see what's coming. So
I'm going to look at here's one we haven't looked at yet, the speed shot on the front straightaway.
Look how quick he slowed down. Like whatever dug in the ground, it actually pulled his front end to the wall, and then here everybody comes. Like you said, it's green flag. So these guys, we've talked about throttle stompers all weekend. That's what they was doing, and never thought anything, until you get down in turn 1, little on not even to the flag stand.
There's about 10 sets of hands on Drake Troutman's car. He's got a pop ribbon in his mouth. Don't swallow that one, Drake. We're gonna get an update. Drake, do we think we can get back out there, man? You got all these guys working on the car. Can you get it back together?
Yeah, at least nothing else got here and make a couple laps, maybe pick up a couple spots. I don't know who's all in here or who's done for tonight. So I don't know. It doesn't look like it's too bad. Just a bunch of cosmetic shit. Just hopefully the fenders and everything's out of the tires, and I don't know, maybe we can get up through there.
All right, he's going to try to. This is the thing legends are made out of, guys. Somebody just gets up there for a couple laps. Next thing you know, they're in the top 5.
Well, and something else to look at is what James said.
So right there is Ebert. And you see him he slowed up incredibly quick right there, as you talked about.
James, what was that we talked about earlier about what position you have to be in before it starts paying more than $3,500?
17th.
So if these guys can get put back together and get up there, it's just more money.
So what do you see on the Rocket One?
Yeah. It's points, though. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
So Max Blair, he went from the helmet off, fins down, fins back up. DJ's got the helmet on. The race car's cranked. Max Blair's coming back out. Hudson O'Neill, they're down here working on the front of it as well, as they were worried about some radiator damage. They're working on that. So I think Huddy might make his way back out as well. And Randy, you talk about that T-bar on the front. That deal is bowed up like a rainbow. How the radiator might have survived that one, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you never know which way it's going to go, but they're pretty common on all of them, and it's kind of surprised that Bobby Pierce could drive his stuff off. It don't look terrible, but we've not looked under it, or they've scoped it out and they know if they can continue or not.
Randy, what do you see if we can get a shot of the one car there? When he got contact from Pierce there, and again, nobody want anything you can do about it. Do you see the left rear there on Shepard's car is broke?
Well, that puddle of oil there is from
That's from Bobby
Pierce's
Pierce.
car.
But you see the one car down there, Randy. What do you see on the?
Yeah, it just looks like the 4-bar rods is probably broke, and that's the way he twirled around there and thought he was going to flip, and then a car launched up under him on this side. You got your 4-bar rods that holds your bird cages and your rear end located in your wheel well. That I guarantee you they broke. So you've got the J-bar and a shock maybe trying to hold that rear end up in that car.
Guys, Dylan McCowan's crew's trying to get him back out there. They've got the old jack on the right front of the nose, trying to get it off the right front tire, trying to get that race car ready to go back out. A lot of damage, but it just becomes, again, a couple of laps, and if 3 or 4 guys don't make it through that, points. We've seen it a million times, and obviously the points, it changes back to the old style this year as far as the way it's calculated. Got to be the difference in a lot of money at the end of the year, and who knows, maybe even a championship.
Well, 2 wreckers to get that Rocket One off. We'll take a look at this replay again for the folks at home that maybe just tuned in. 10 laps into the Sunoco North-South 100. That's Dan Ebert on the outside brakes. You called that early on, Randy. You saw the car hunched over as he was coming off the corner and on the throttle, and it just laid back down again.
Yeah, and when that driveline breaks, of course, that takes all the thrust of the rear end away, and then your left rear shock sits down. But it actually dug in the ground enough, like it pulled the front end over to the wall. So whatever it was that was trying to grab a hold, it was honestly like throwing an anchor out. I don't even think the brakes could probably stop you that quick, but man, that had to be a helpless feeling for Dan. And, like I said, there's nothing you can do. You just kind of hang on and hope for the best. And nobody else had time to react. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on and who can continue and who's damaged. And like Ben said, the points is very important. But I guarantee you these guys are going to want a paycheck to help try to fix some of this at the end of the night. So they're going to stay out there and do what they can. And what about McCowan, the number 8 team? They've worked on their race cars all week. So even sent one back to Longhorn. So, man, it's been a rough weekend for him, but he's had speed, and he definitely won over a bunch of fans.
Boy, double wreckers for the Rocket One there, as we mentioned of Brandon Shepard. Randy, one thing we haven't talked about, we've talked about all the drivers in the accident. What's the mindset like for those 12 drivers, 13 drivers that were not involved in the accident? You've sat out there on the back straightaway for, I don't know, over 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes now. Is it still early enough in the race where your mindset is clear, or now do you have other thoughts going through your mind in terms of what your strategy is, because half the field is now out of the race?
Yeah, well, definitely, if I'm sitting over where I could see, the couple of things I definitely think about is the 32 is out. You know, the 1 car's out, because those guys are going to be coming at some point during this 100 lapper. So you kind of know a few people that you might have been worried about later in the race. You don't have to contend with that. But the other main thing is you're sitting over there, your tires done went through a heat cycle. Now we set still. Now, you know, you don't want them to seal over, as we used to say, which is just the oil raising up to the top of the tire. So you'll see the guys work their tires pretty hard here when we get rolling back around. But you just got to start over. It's like, okay, now we're going to run an 88-lap race for $75,000. So you just got to rethink what you're doing and take care of your stuff and definitely try. I just wonder how many be thinking about it on this restart, hoping something else don't happen like that. But they'll be fine, and they're going to have to just start over and try to get the rest of the race in. So they're going to stick back to their original plan, and they just don't have to race as many cars. And the 71's back out on the back chute.
And Drake Troutman's going to make his way back out. Dylan McCowan, mangled race car. I think he's going to try to go out. He's turning it left and front, left and right down the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Also, if you're Tyler Erb, Tyler was in the heat race of the night when Dylan McCowan flipped. He was in the heat race tonight when Jamison and Landrum flipped, and now this. And one of the Tyler Erb starting to think every time he goes out there's a 30-minute break in the event. But either way, definitely changed the complexion of the race. And you hate it for the torn-up race cars. You also hate it for the fans. If this was the first night you got out here, your favorite driver just very well got knocked out 10 laps into a 100-lapper.
Look at that 8. I mean, and that's the backup car. Remember?
Yeah, and yeah, his dad, as we mentioned, went to Longhorn, got a new frame for the one that flipped out of the ballpark. So 10 laps in, it'll be Davenport, Erb, right? Overton, Bronson, Thornton, Alberson, Rice. Right? Those were all unscathed.
And Dome's not able to get the fire rebuilt under the hood of his car. But I will say this, I think I counted 19 or 20 cars out there on the racetrack. So I believe there were 13, I think there were 13 that were not involved in the accident, which means you're going to have 6 or maybe 7 that were involved in the accident. Randy, that adds a whole other layer to all of this thing, because the close rate on some of these guys with damage, number one, might be pretty quick, and number two, there's, to Troutman's point, there might be a few guys that go out there, run a couple laps, and then come back in.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's just something these guys are going to have to put in the back of their mind. But then you got somebody like the 71, don't look like a whole lot of damage. He's ready to go, so he'll be really ripping up through there around some of these cars that's got some minor damages.
Well, and also, Randy, if you're these front runners, you got no damage, great, but you're watching these mangled race cars come back out on the racetrack. How worried are you on little pieces of metal falling off them and becoming an issue for you with a tire?
Well, that's true, because we've had flat tires all weekend, so you're got to be thinking that, and you've got to watch for debris as much as you can. But I'm telling you guys, there's so much goes on when you're driving one of these race cars to be thinking about different segments of the race, what just happened. Now we're up with some damaged race cars that we're going to be lapping. It's just amazing. A lot of people think you just go in there and try to hold it wide open and be the fastest car every lap, but it's nowhere near that. The good guys, they've already processed everything that's going on. They've got a new game plan, and they're going to just race, like I said, at 88 laps for $75K.
This is, again, one of the more interesting, it's been from start to finish, one of the more interesting weekends.
I'm just, it's just unfortunate, right? I mean,
well, the field
Dane breaks, and then it
yeah.
So we know what we got. Davenport, Erb is second. Right, third is going to be Overton, right?
Yes.
Fourth will be Bronson. Fifth will be Thornton. Sixth will be Alberson. Seventh, Rice. Eighth will be
Carson Ferguson.
Is
he out there?
Hilzebeck.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, Carson Ferguson, I believe, is out there.
Lawler's out there.
All right. Well, we'll sort it out here in a moment. Here we go. Back underway with 10 in the books. 9 to go in the North-South 100.
Yeah, Ferguson, just an update, was involved in that accident. So everyone that was in the accident obviously goes to the tail end of the field. Everyone else stacks in line accordingly. We'll get our bearings under us, just as these drivers do as well. 11 laps going up on the scoreboard this time. 89 remaining in the 2026 running the Sunoco North-South 100. Davenport's your leader.
Right now, the battle for second. Tyler beginning started at 8th, up to second. And that was before the multi-car accident here on the main straightaway. Davenport leads off at turn number 4. Tyler Erb, Overton is 3rd, Thornton is 4th, 5th is Bronson, and you have Rice and Alberson, DJ.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're checking out the My Race Pass app, it is not refreshed since the accident. I know a lot of folks like to watch along at home as well. Follow along the My Race Pass app. It has not refreshed. Our ticker, of course, at the top of the screen, or any live broadcast you watch on any streaming network, that is tied into that. So anytime you see a ticker at the top of the screen or the left side of your screen, it's tied into the app. That's why we've wiped ours out. We can tell you this. Davenport leads. Tyler Erb is 2nd. They're 3 wide off quarter number 4 for the 3rd spot between Kyle Bronson, Brandon Overton, and Ricky Thornton Jr.
We might just go 90 green flag laps here. Down the back straightaway, Bronson to run on the outside on Thornton and Overton. Meanwhile, it is still out in front, and unofficially this will be lap 15. Tyler Erb still married to that top. Kyle Bronson right there in the 40B. This would be the biggest win of his career, topping $53K in the I-80 Silver Dollar Nationals. They head down the back straightaway.
Yeah, absolutely is. I believe we missed you missed a lap on your counter, James. We were 2 behind. Weaver was right the whole time. We should never doubt Weaver. There were 12 laps in when that accident happened. So this is the 18th lap of the race. The app actually went down. The lap timing went down 2 laps before that. I'm glad all that's straight now.
The My Race Dustin post there. Right there you see Davenport. I think we're back up there. Davenport, Erb, Bronson, Thornton, Overton, Rice, Alberson, Shirley, Lawler, and Hilsebeck, your top 10.
Yeah.
And Tyler Erb into the wall.
Oh, he got it good down the back straightaway. He is going to keep going. We're going to stay green, but he loses some ground, as you can see. It'll be interesting to see how much he pancaked the right rear of that race car. He's got a right rear going down. And that's going to draw a Hellraiser Jack's caution for the driver out of New Waverly, Texas. Well, Tyler Erb will pull into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Brian Shirley has issues maybe in the 3S. He's slow in the back straightaway.
Yeah, they got another Hoosier tire ready to go on Brian Shirley's car as well. 2 crews waiting down here, Best Performance Motorsports and Bob Cullen Racing. About 40 yards apart right now, so we'll expect to see them. And man, Tyler Erb hit that wall a ton, Randy. Did you worry in that situation you also bend something in the rear end?
Yeah, absolutely. When you hit it that hard, now they're having to push him, so I don't know, he's lost power too or something. But anyway, when you hit that hard, not only is it going to mess your wheel and probably the sidewall of the right rear tire, you know, we've got the J-bar and the 4-bar rods and all that. So
it's all hands on deck down there. I even see our cameraman Landon Summers down there helping push that race car. Ben?
Yeah, you wonder if they've gone through another transmission on car number 1. Man, it's been a brutal weekend. Brian Shirley's right rear completely flat, and you wonder if it's early in the race. Is he finding debris out there? Is it something else? But something to keep in mind. But right now, the guys out in front, namely Jonathan Davenport, Randy, it's got to be a mind reset still. As you know, all those guys are going by the wayside, and there's still a long way to go in this race.
Yeah, now the 49 of Davenport's pulled down here and stopped, but looks like he's coming back up. But, you know, these guys have got to be worried about, just like you said, being after damaged cars out there running around for a few laps. You know, you might run over something or get caught up in something else. So definitely turbos was self-inflicted a little bit there, but you never know. That could have been going down, and that's what put him into the wall. So we'll see here. Again, plenty of time to go to the back and come back to the front.
So 20 laps scored, DJ. Unofficial till it becomes official, right? Davenport, yes. Bronson, Thornton, Overton, top 4. Rice is 5th, right? Alberson, Shirley was 8th. He'll go to the tail end of the lead lap. Lawler, Hilsebeck, Harris, and Carson Ferguson will be unofficial. Zach Dome is he's up to 13th.
In a car that he wasn't even sure was going to run.
So out of the race, Bab is out, right? Heckenast, Pierce, Marlar, Shepard, Ebert are all done for the night. So we should have, what did you say, 21 cars still left? Unofficially?
I think 19. Well, we'll see what happens here.
Okay.
There's 19 on the track, I'll tell you that. Shirley is back out. Dylan McCowan is back out and Turbo's back out. So that would be if Turbo can get the fire going again. And he does. I believe that'll be 21 cars still on the racetrack, and 27 started, 21 still out there on the track, Randy Weaver, is a miracle based on what we saw back on lap 12.
Absolutely, and I was just watching like Huddy and Moran. Surely these guys are coming back up through there, and they've actually got something that, it's a long race. They got something they can get there too.
All right, well, the green's going to wave this time. Davenport out front, Delaware double file restart. Bronson in second, chooses the outside lane. 20 scored, 80 to go in the Sunoco North-South 100.
Well, JD leads them to the line out in front. So Dan Ebert led the first 7 laps of this race. Davenport's been in front since then. Bronson working the outside of the 20-yard tee. As Davenport out of turn number 4. Thornton is trying to go to second, and he's got it. And look, and we're going to have another Hellraiser Jack's caution. It's Daniel Hilsenbeck.
He went around over in 3 and 4, and he had about 3 guys that I thought was going to drive over the snout of that race car, and they did not, thankfully. That, boy, I just had visions of that going very bad, and thankfully it didn't.
And he was up to 7th. All right, so we'll go back to lap 20.
We think.
We think. We know it's Davenport, Bronson, Thornton, Overton, Rice, Alberson, Lawler, Harris, Ferguson, Dome.
Are you sure? Are you sure on all of that?
I'm not sure of anything. There's not even a full moon, is there?
What about you, James? We asked Weaver a lot of questions. You have forgotten more races than I've probably ever seen. Have you ever been part of a weekend like this that you can remember with the incidents and just bizarre things happening?
And the great racing we've had,
Yes.
that's going to get lost in some of this. But I remember seeing the picture of a big wreck at Santa Fe, Illinois once.
Okay.
That was huge, cars on top of each other. But
was that a big track or the small track?
Well, Santa Fe was what
I was never there.
They had a USAC race on ESPN, I believe, one night.
Thursday Night Thunder?
Could have been.
Huh.
Donago Power Sports drone. Well, we're going to double them up. So Bronson's going to pick the top on Thornton.
One of the beneficiaries of all this may end up being Josh Rice as well. I mean, he was able to avoid that accident to the point that Randy made. Some of the cars that he was going to have to battle for a potential win in this are no longer in the race. So he might be someone that benefits from all this. Anyone that's really still on the racetrack, it goes without saying.
Yeah, and I've been watching Josh. He's actually not forcing the issue at all. He's just kind of logging laps, and I feel like RTJ's in a little bit more of a hurry, and I think Davenport's just kind of trying to take care of tires. So everybody's playing their own game here and trying to get trying to get to the front later on.
I can only imagine, Randy, I guess I can't imagine how much it spoils your, rhythm, so to speak, as a driver. You've had the accidents, you've had the caution flags, and we just, as a driver, I'm guessing you probably, let's just go. Let's log 50, 60 green flag laps here. Am I wrong?
Absolutely. You want to get there because you've already got in your mind how hard you're going to save your stuff or how hard you're going to run. So you want to get to that last 20 and have something there. When all this keeps happening, it just kind of breaks your mindset. And then, like you said, when you're in a rhythm, you know where the right groove for your car is, you know where the dip is getting into one, and you just kind of get a rhythm going. And you, like you said, if it comes to you and you pass a guy, great. And if not, we want to get to that last 20.
All right. Well, still 20 laps in the books, 80 laps remaining. Well, parading around here one more time. Might be if they're checking the track or if they're checking the lineup there towards the back of the field. They get a transponder or two off. And just a wild night here at Florence Speedway, James. We're going to gather them back up and go green flag racing this time in the Ace Doran hauling and rigging restart zone. Davenport, Bronson, Thornton, the top 3.
Back underway, 80 laps to go. Davenport into turn number 1. Kyle Bronson, he's got a good hot rod to the top of the 40B. You see Rice on the bottom at 11. Into turn number 3 as we score. If we get the leader plus 3, we'll get 21 in the books here tonight.
And we will. Davenport leads. Bronson looks pretty good up the high side of the racetrack. It's been, as he would call it, a roller coaster year this year, as you see him do a roller coaster move down there in turns 1 and 2. As he powers back out in front of the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. in that battle for the second spot. Rice right there in fourth, and Overton rounds out the top 5, 22 scored.
Bronson using that top, pounding that cushion. Remember, in case of weather, we've got to get to what, lap 51 before it's official, and Bronson closing in on Davenport. How about this? It was 0.5 of a second. It's going to be even closer to that down the main straightaway. Bronson to the top side.
Kyle Bronson making a move as you look on back through the field. The 58, the 93. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Kyle Bronson has a run on Jonathan Davenport. KB40 has not won a Lucas race since the Silver Dollar Nationals. James, in 2021 is tonight the night.
He's right there. He's down to 0.3 of a second. Down the back straightaway, bounces around. Here he goes for the lead. And Bronson has the crowd. Man, they put out the fist pump on that one. And Bronson, we may have another new leader. And we do, I think.
It was Kyle Bronson by 7/100ths of a second that time by the stripe. Davenport gonna sliding. Bronson gonna crossing back over down the back straightaway. Could it be Kyle Bronson night in America? He took the lead on lap number 24. He stays out front on lap 25. He stays out front on 26 here at Florence.
Tell you what, Randy, it's been a while since we've seen Davenport get past. Once he's out in front, he's hard to get around, but Bronson made that look easy, and he's ahead by 1/10 of a second. Thornton third, Rice fourth, Overton is fifth, Randy.
Yeah, and that ain't easy to do what he's doing, just running that line, but it's good to see Bronson up front and running good and battling for the lead.
How much is he abusing his equipment up there right now, though, Randy? It looks like a lot. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he's a pretty aggressive driver anyway. When he was in one of our cars, that was the hardest thing for us to get him to do, is just kind of settle down and let your equipment do the work. But, man, he can manhandle one if he has to. And you never know. He might have a weather app in his car and know we need to go. So we'll see.
Jim Cantori in the ride-along program out at turn number 4, 73 laps to go, 71 laps to go, 29 in the books. It's just been one of those nights. Mama said there'd be nights like these.
We're thrown off as well, absolutely.
So he's, I mean, obviously they don't know, because it's one-way communication receiver. They do not know, but you never know, right? The weather may be closing in. There's 30 laps in the books. Davenport second, Thornton third, Rice, Overton, Alberson, Ferguson, Clay Harris, Dallin Murdy, and Max Blair, who are both in that wreck.
Yeah, 9th, 10th, 11th, all involved in that accident right now. But Bronson setting sail out front, got a full 1 second advantage. All of a sudden, Davenport trying to creep back in on the bottom. Down in turns 1 and 2, Thornton. Well, Thornton's not really running the top. He's not really running the bottom. Look at the 20 RT. You just saw him roll the middle of the racetrack. There's the 93 of Carson Ferguson, the 58 of Garrett Albertson. That's the battle for position number 6. Ferguson with part of the door ripped off, able to hold him off. There's Alberson. There's Clay Harris also. Ferguson was involved in that 12-car accident, 13-car accident on the front straightaway, and now you got a battle for position number 2 as Ricky Thornton Jr. has reeled in the 49 of Jonathan Davenport. James, we've got 33 laps in the books.
Kyle Bronson right now is 1.2 seconds ahead down the back straightaway. As you see cars, as you see all over the place. I tell you what, these guys that were in that accident trying to come up through there you see the battle for second, Davenport and Thornton. It's 1.2 for the 40B car, but he is still well behind the tail end of the field. 40B running all over the place. He brings it into turn number 4. There you see the battle for second between Davenport and Thornton into turn 1, DJ.
Ricky Thornton Jr. going to try to work the high side down in turns 1 and 2 around Jonathan Davenport. The leaders start to close in on the back of the field. And the run that Kyle Bronson gets Randy Weaver, especially off turn number 2, that's really where he makes up a lot of ground, I've noticed.
Yeah, he's really good because it's getting a little bouncy up there right past the middle of 1 and 2, like right there. But he's always got it turned where he can land right in the traction, and it just propels him down the back chute.
Jonathan Davenport, meanwhile, smooth, slow on the bottom of the racetrack. Ricky Thornton Jr., who had been rolling the middle, he actually goes to the inside of the racetrack on corner entry, down in turns 3 and 4 as well. And right about there, you're going to see what Randy Weaver talked about that last time. Kyle Bronson goes through the whoop-de-doos, launches off the corner. Meanwhile, James, there's the battle for fourth between Josh Rice and Brandon Overton.
It's work lap 38. Bronson had a good run here on Thursday night in one of the twin 25s. Right now, out in front, 1 second over Davenport. Thornton, Rice, Overton, Ferguson, Clay Harris, 27th to 7th. Alberson, O'Neill, Blair, your top 10 as we come off of turn number 4 with 39 now in the books.
Well, the hot dog stand might be open tonight. Kyle Bronson going to try to get down to the inside. He's going to clear Daniel Hilsebeck, and that happens just in front of the battle on your screen for second between Jonathan Davenport in 49 and the 20 RT. And there's the 11 of Josh Rice and the 76 of Brandon Overton. 4 cars all right there battling for second, and trouble for the 20 RT, maybe.
Well, he slowed down there going into 1, and Randy, what happened there as Rice is going to go around him on the back straightaway?
You never know. It could have been an ignition problem. We've had every other problem this weekend, but we've got dual ignitions in these cars, so he probably just flipped the switch. But, man, he was thinking awful fast to be able to do it right there.
Did you see that, Weaver? He slowed. He slowed. Oh, and the 8
Dylan
goes
McCowan
around.
goes around in turn number 2. We'll have a Hellraiser Jack's caution.
Yeah, Ricky was trying to go to the outside and just hook the 8 car in the quarter panel. That's really easy to do when a car is trying to get turned underneath you. But, yeah, I don't know what went on with the 20 RT, but, man, he right about where the big wreck was, he just shut down and then fired right back up.
So the Hellraiser Jack's caution, 41 laps scored. Bronson out in front, third different leader in this race. Dylan McCowan cannot wait to get to Batesville, Arkansas next week, DJ. He's going to go to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
There's a lot of guys that are going to be happy to get to Batesville.
have a lot of work to do.
Guys, Ricky Thornton Jr. is making his way to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And I was just talking with Vinny Giuliani down here, and he goes, man, I think he's got a tire going down, watching the way that car was bouncing back and forth. Now, all 4 are upcoming past this. They're going to take a look at this race car, though, as it's been that kind of week for Ricky Thornton Jr. here at Florence Speedway.
All right, guys, I'm going to say something because I thought that I saw something similar to this happen to Thornton last night with a few laps left in his preliminary feature as well. We'll take a look at the FK Rod Ends Instant Replay, but I think this is a lap prior. Oh, so this is going to be Thornton. Is this where he slows, maybe?
They're definitely working under the left rear, taking a look at the suspension on this race car. Anthony Burrows, another crew member under there, taking a look at it, trying to see what might be the problem.
All right, yeah, so there's the 8 going around off the nose of the 20 RT. He had an issue last night, I swear. If you guys remember, he was up inside, he was running second last night in his prelim feature and kind of slowed drastically and then fell back to, I think, 5th or 6th when that feature was over, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very peculiar thing, Ben.
Sorry, DJ. Update down here. They think it's something electrical. They're messing with the kill switch on it down there. So something, and maybe it's what you saw last night too, DJ. Maybe the same electrical issues last night, but that's what they're working on up under the left rear.
Yeah, definitely. We, like I said, I thought he probably went to a backup ignition box, but man, we've had so much electrical stuff this week too. I mean, that just fits with everything else.
Yeah, they said that race car kept shutting off on him on the racetrack, and we saw earlier tonight when the race car shuts off and you lose power, what happens. So Thornton down there trying to get that one hammered out. But meanwhile, Kyle Bronson, your leader, Jonathan Davenport second. Don't look now, Josh Rice up to third in car 11.
And then you have Overton, Randy fourth, Carson Ferguson, Clay Harris, Hudson O'Neill, Garrett Alberson, Max Blair, Dallin Murdy, Moran, Turbo, Zach Dome.
Yeah, I really thought the 20 RT was one of the better cars right there, but
Carson Ferguson's car, Randy.
So they're saying battery issues, Weaver.
Yep.
So here we go, back underway. Bronson, the third different leader as we score. Coming up next time around will be lap 42.
Here comes
And
Davenport.
Davenport for the lead. Bronson with the crossover. Bronson has got a good hot rod. Back in front in 40B.
Boy, he really wrestled that car off the high side and was able to cross JD back over at the scoring loop. JD's got a good run down to the inside. Bronson, though, going to stay out front for the time being. 58 to go.
Rice to the top. He'll try to go around outside of Brandon Overton down the back straightaway at 11. He will clear him as Brandon leaves him room. 5th is Carson Ferguson. Clay Harris is up to 6th. He would be a steering buddy. Dark horse as well, along with Carson Ferguson, both trying to pocket an extra $1,000.
Good race at the front of the field between Kyle Bronson, who hit the whoop-de-doo down there in turn number 2. Jonathan Davenport and now Josh Rice starting to come to life in the Ratliff Racing number 11. Overton down to the bottom of the racetrack, closing in on the Hellraiser Jacks halfway.
Well, right now, Kyle Bronson, he was off the turf for 5 years. His last win was in 2021. Still a ways to go, but we're approaching that halfway mark. I noticed a little cell maybe here to the west. And right now, Kyle Bronson continues to show the way into turn number 1. As you bring up your weather app.
I got 12 of them on my phone.
12 of them.
Everybody on the internet thinks they got the best weather app. Kyle Bronson, these last couple laps, kind of started to stretch out just a little bit. Continues to tiptoe the top side of the King Family Florence Speedway. This time by 46 laps, scored 56 laps, remaining a 1 second advantage for the driver out of Brandon, Florida. And don't look now, but Josh Rice has caught Jonathan Davenport in a battle for second.
O'Neill up here around Clay Harris right now. It's still KBM 40 trying to pull away. 9/10 the last time around. It remains that lead for Kyle Bronson. Right now, we're 3 laps shy of the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. Rice all over Davenport into 3. He'll throw the slider on the 49.
The crowd comes to their feet. Will he make it stick off corner number 4? Davenport drives back under him at the scoring loop, though. Josh Rice had the second spot that time by at the stripe. Davenport going to slide in front of him, but he leaves him a lane down the back straightaway. Sparklers and snakes off the 11. And while this happens, Bronson pulls ahead. Rice into the wall off corner number 4.
Oh, Josh Rice got to keep his cool into turn number 1. Here, look at this. How about Carson Ferguson? Carson Ferguson in there. Carson down the back straightaway. He'll go around Rice.
Rice
has got problems in 11, DJ.
Hellraiser Jacks caution and a flat tire for the 11 of Josh Rice.
Yeah, when he's going around Davenport there, they actually got together on the back chute, and he jumped Davenport's left front tire, and it stuck the right rear of the 11 right in the wall.
Oh, man. What? I mean, we've had more plot twists than a daytime soap opera in this race, and we're not even at the halfway point yet.
Yeah, that's what I started to say. We got a long way to go.
Right rear tire being replaced on Josh Rice, led number 11. They're also taking a look on the front of this race car, make sure there's no damage. The Jonathan Davenport team was very upset when that contact happened. And Randy, you know how sensitive the geometry of the front of these race cars are. Well, what about contact with Davenport? What could it do to that 49 in the long run?
Oh yeah, you could actually tow it in or out, which is going to mess up all the steering, bend a spindle or ball joints. But you know, one thing you got to know when you come to Florence, if you're running the bottom, you cannot go out to the top if the 11 car is racing beside you. But you know, it's just one of them deals. I've been watching Rice, and he just started to move up there and run that cushion the last probably 10, 12 laps. And he waited as long as he could, and now he's got some damage.
Well, and the Rice team may have bigger issues. They're going to go ahead and put a new right rear tire on the race car, but they think it may have knocked the rack out of the front, Randy, after that contact. Zach Frill's going to work on the left front of this race car, but it might have knocked the steering out of the front of car 11.
Yeah, and we've seen it before have contact like that, and it actually, I've seen some racks break. So, you know, those racks takes all the pressure of all the wheels, the spindle and all that, but you also have a power steering pump that's putting however many pounds of pressure on it. So it don't take much. But
well, they're going to put the hood back on it. Randy Weaver, if you're Josh Rice, you're heading back out there. What is your concern not knowing the status of what condition that rack is in?
Well, I think more than anything, you're just disappointed because he drove an excellent race up to 10 or 12 laps ago, like I said, and he started getting up there running his line. So you can see him. He just gets such a good run, and then they get together, and then he can't even finish the corner in 3 and 4.
Jason Jamison runs up to the front of the car, looks at the 2 front tires, and looks in the car at Josh Rice and gives him the symbol, all good, calm down, relax. And man, how about that? Jason Jamison is your Namaste coach down here, man. He's done a little meditation, getting the 11 car to calm down.
But DJ, give props to Bronson. He has held he passed Davenport.
Yeah.
He has held the lead for a while. We're 1 shy of the Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark. And how about Carson Ferguson? He's got the skirting, he's got the bottom of the fender, the bottom of the door. I mean, who needs it, right? As they come out of turn 4, Ace Door and Hollick and Ricky restart zone.
We're back underway.
Yeah, if we get to halfway or a lap past that as they go down the back straightaway, Bronson right there, Davenport, here comes Overton.
Oh, and here
into turn
comes
number 3.
Neil behind him, bouncing off the wall as well. He changed a radiator in the 71. He's going to be 4th this time by at the line.
Into turn
leads.
number 1. Yep, Bronson still leads. Davenport working that bottom. He's going to try to slide up the track. Bronson is through. And Davenport goes around into the tires or in the barrier on the inside. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my goodness.
Jonathan Davenport. Wow.
Well, we just said what else could possibly happen in the Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100, and we just saw it. A battle up front for the lead between Kyle Bronson and Jonathan Davenport ends with the 49 careening hard down into the inside wall. What a night in Florence, Kentucky.
And you see him there up on the dirt. Bronson is down. By the way, we get a shot of Bronson is down here as Davenport left rear tire off the rim. Bronson down here in the all makes collision zone. We'll take a look and see. Wow. The opening closed, didn't it? I mean, it closed coming out of 2 for the lead.
Davenport's got to be thinking, man, because it was very similar to what happened with Rice, except Rice snuck by and got in. Bronson tried to thread the needle, and you saw right there the left rear of Bronson's car and the right rear of Davenport's car hooked, and that's what sent the 49 around.
Yeah, when you do that, what I call kind of a lazy or slow slider, your weight, you're not just charging in there and going up and hitting the cushion. So you definitely either got to leave them room or get all the way to the wall and let them cross you over.
Well, we'll get a look here at the 40B car and see as he comes around, Tiffany. We'll see. I don't know what all as Davenport's going to go on the hook. We did get to lap 50, right? I mean, we've got.
Yeah. So I was just talking to track promoter Josh King up here. If the 49 is unable to continue, do you realize there is only one driver still running that has won the North-South 100? That's Brandon Overton, Ben.
Yeah, Corey Fosfet's over here. He's looking under the left rear of this race car. They just went on the hook. They're going to see if they can get it to the work area, possibly get it back out. That was a hard hit, though, Randy. You got to think that had to do all kinds of damage to the rear end of this 49 car.
Yeah, and not just that when he got up on the infield cushion, but as the 40 was driving by him so much faster, and then you get hit again in the right front wheel, like him and the 11 did. So, like I said, I mean, Davenport's one of the best, but you've got to either go all the way and let them cross you over or shut it down, leave them some room, and it's awful tight over there off 2. We've talked about that before also.
Well, I can tell you, they've got him out of the berm on the infield. They're going to head him back. Corey Fosfet, the crew chief, took off on the pit bike back to the crash cart on the front. So we're going to see if he can make it back out there. But, man, just looking at it from this angle, it sure looks like the whole rear end is shifted on that race car. So we'll find out if they get him back out there. But that's another product of a lot of laps left. We're just halfway home and a lot of money on the line, guys.
A dramatic night at Florence Speedway in Florence, Kentucky.
My goodness.
I mean,
got sheriff's deputies running everywhere here now. And
got lost dogs, Ben.
Yeah, in the middle of all that, Josh Rice's team, they got him back to the infield because they wanted to go back to work on that race car. And the backstretch crew, the fans back here. There's some of them are cheering, some of them are taunting Davenport. I tell you what, there are some adamant fan bases around this country. You think of Fairbury, you definitely think of Florence, man. These people come to make some noise, and gosh dog, what's left in the last 50 laps? Randy Weaver's a driver. I mean, again, even if you're Bronson, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, on Bronson's car, you just want to, feel the car, like the way he's weaving it back and forth now, just to see, do you have left rear damage? You can feel the steering wheel pretty good, but sometimes you cannot feel anything in the rear until you accelerate and let the left rear get up and, and spin your tires a couple of times. So if nothing else, a bent wheel will make it vibrate like crazy, which makes you lose traction. So it's unbelievable. I don't know. I just don't even know what to say. I never thought any of this would happen. And it continues to happen about every 4 or 5 laps.
And there's a lot happening off the racetrack as well, apparently.
Yes, and I don't know if there's something up there. I don't even want to guess right now. Wayne Castleberry, we've got to do marketing. We've got a taser out here on the main straightaway, so we need a new marketing director. We need a marketing director to find a sponsor for the taser. I don't even know what to say.
They're looking for debris up in turns 1 and 2. While they do that, Ricky Thornton Jr. down here, man, Kevin Kovac beat me. I'm going to crash Kovac's interview. How about this? We're going to double down on this one. Live with Kovac and with Ricky. Ricky, what happened, man?
I don't know if in the heat race just going across the hole here, if I hurt the battery then, but whenever that red came out, it wouldn't start and the gauges were flickering, so I figured the battery was going out, so I ran and then it shut off. So then I turned most of my gauges, my air conditioning off, and then ran another 4 or 5 laps, and then it died again. I turned the crank trigger off, and I got another 3 or 4 laps, and then finally it just completely died. So unfortunate. I feel like we had a really good car. I was just trying to bide my time. Obviously, there was still 60 to go there, so I'm like, man, if I can watch Kyle burn down the top for another 60 laps and not at least try to get up there and race him, at least it'd be good for him to win.
So the air went out. Did the 8-track player quit playing as well?
It did. My Taylor Swift quit on me going down the front straightaway about 5 laps before that finish. So, no, overall really good night and bad night. Obviously, it sucks to be out, but it's pretty awesome to see Bronson out front.
There you go, Ricky Thornton Jr. out of the party.
Davenport trying to make it back out. We're going to go green now. One more lap under caution. And again, they do get courtesy laps because he did have the tire rolled off the rim. So, well, DJ, there is 50 laps scored.
Finally.
And Bronson is hoping for a hurricane.
Man,
in about one more lap,
Earl's
right?
here. Well, we've got the entire front of Davenport's car off the ground. I think I've hit 87,000 steps during the feature down here. So, man, it has been chaos. And yeah, they are working really hard looking at the left front of the race car. I was more worried about the rear end, but they've been looking at the left front. Now Corey Klum's under the rear end, taking a look at it, guys. They're running out of time, though.
And Hudson O'Neal speeding back around the racetrack. Is there something amiss on the 71 again, maybe? Or is he still trying to point out more debris on the speedway?
Well, that is a possibility.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. More debris on the race. Hudson O'Neal, Eagle Eyes O'Neal down there pointing out more debris on the racetrack.
Well, we've got another competitor. It looks like Jonathan Davenport is going to rejoin the field in car 49.
This is... What else could happen? I mean...
Hey, Randy, do you sell race parts to anybody that's racing here tonight? Because you're going to retire after next week, buddy.
I'm telling you, I'd like to. This is crazy.
As a car owner right now, and you got a guy about 10th, you just told him to pull in. Let's save it.
Absolutely. They'll have to red flag it because you'll be on the front straightaway just telling him to shut it off, pull it in, and let's try it next week.
Shepard may get a new rear suspension in this car, come back out.
Yeah.
He's the points leader. Right now, unofficially, he will finish 23rd. So Babb is out. Heckenast, Pierce, Marlar, Shepard, Ebert, Troutman, McCowan, Thornton.
And I believe Ratliff.
Jeff Purvis is out of this one. John Gill is out of this one. I'm not even sure what's going on now.
Rick Combs is out of this one. All right.
Combs is out of this.
50 scored, 50 to go. We're back underway in the Sunoco North-South 100. Kyle Bronson, Brandon Overton, and Hudson O'Neal, who changed a radiator on lap 12, runs in third. Devin Moran, who was at the front of that melee on lap 12, is fourth. And now Clay Harris is going to be in fifth.
He didn't change anything, did he?
I don't have any idea.
Bronson is still leading. Here comes Overton It is 51 in the books. It would be official.
Overton.
Well, we got the Hurricane down in the infield. He's hoping for a Florida Hurricane, but right now Bronson out in front. Here comes O'Neill. Here comes Moran, and it's a big opportunity those two to pick up points on Shepherd again, who will finish in 23rd here tonight.
Clay Harris rolling the very inside of the racetrack.
He's from Florida.
Yes, he is. Good race up front amongst the top 5. Bronson, Overton, Moran, O'Neill, Harrison, Carson, Ferguson make up the top 6. 3 cars low, 3 cars high, and a good one here at Florence with a ton of drama and great racing.
Weaver, I might get my 3-wide finish at one point.
I promise you, there's something else going to happen.
I don't know. You never... Weaver called it if that happens, Dustin. It's all on Randy. But
like 1983 NC State, just survive and advance. Survive and advance.
Kyle Bronson out in front. Overton, Moran, O'Neill, Harris. Ferguson, Alberson, Blair, Morey, Murdy.
Now remember, Moran was directly behind Dan Ebert when he broke and had about 13 cars pile into the back of him on lap 12, and he's up to third, Weaver.
And they was hooked up. Remember, they had to lift them up and get them untangled and all that. So amazing comeback from Moran.
And the only reason he had to go to the back because he was in the accident, right? So that's he's worked his way back up through there.
Oh, trouble for Turbo coming down the front straightaway.
Okay.
He's
56.
got. I think Turbo's going to be out. He is got a
slowing
flat left rear.
Done. So is Dome. Is that Dome is out as well? Bronson.
It's a great
entertaining race. I mean, Bronson, Overton, Moran, Harris is now 4th in car number 6. Bronson has done a really good job out in front. 58 laps complete, I think.
I think so too. Weaver, are you surprised Bronson is still up there banging the boards?
No, I'm not surprised. This is his kind of racetrack right here in this kind of condition, and he's good at it, and he finally got his car where it feels good enough that he can do his thing up there on the cushion. And the thing to 76 is he can almost keep up with him, but all it's going to take is one little mistake on that cushion, and we've seen how that works. So hopefully Bronson can hang on, and the 76 will turn the wick up here at the end, and it'll be another photo finish, hopefully.
Well, you remember Bronson had that win at I-80. I mean, he was hammered down that entire race. What was it, 53 laps? And we've got a Hellraiser Jack's caution, and I have no clue what for.
As for Max Blair, he slowed down the front straightaway, possible flat tire on the 111 car.
40 laps remaining in the Sunoco Race Fuels Days of Our Lives North-South 100.
Remember, Blair is 5th in the points, so he's going to come back around to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Ben Shelton.
Instead of selling parts like being asked me, I'd like to just sell tires, I guess. But
well, Randy, go get a right rear out of the back. Go and get a 3, man. There's only 40 laps left. Grab a Hoosier NRM NLM T3. We'll throw it on the right rear.
Randy,
111.
we may need your door back that was in the auction to put on a car here to finish this up.
I don't know if I want to chance it, so we wouldn't have nothing to auction after that.
Well, Ricky Thornton Jr. is down here. His Taylor Swift 8-track player broke earlier in the night, but he can change a right rear tire. And Randy, send this invoice to the Miami Dolphins, or you can skip to Dustin Jarrett. He's honorary Dolphin.
Well, the year the Dolphins are going to have, Max and I are going to need all that money we can possibly get to support a team for the following season.
You're telling us there's a lot of flat tires on that team, what you just said?
100%.
Okay. All right.
Rebuilding. Again.
Okay, so we think 60 laps complete, right? 40. Bronson, we do know that. Overton, Moran, Harris.
What if I told you Bronson has actually been the leader since lap 25?
He's done a good job, Randy.
And Randy's taking a drink of his water.
Yeah, he absolutely has done a good job. But you think about it, all the wreckage has been behind him most of the time. So, but yeah, he's keeping it together, keeping his tires under him. So,
well, Davenport's up to 9th. Blair was 10th. Rice will be now 10th, and we still got 40 to go. Bronson, If you remember the I-80, I mean, he won, I think it was like 7 seconds he was ahead. He was Larson like that night.
Yeah.
And he never lets out of it.
No,
Amber's, his wife Amber's probably.
she's feeding the farm animals, but I guarantee she's cheering him on.
All right, well, we're going back to green flag racing, guys. The 44th Sunoco North-South 100, 60 laps scored, 40 laps to go. Kyle Bronson brings him to the Ace Doran all-in and rigging starting zone.
Back underway, Moran to the outside of Overton into one. They try to go 3 wide through the middle, and is there going to be room? But that Bronson,
Oh, in trouble for Garrett Alberson at the top of turn number 2. And the 39th Hellraiser Jacks caution flag of the night is waved.
Garrett was in 7th.
He, I don't know what happened there, but Garrett's not happy.
He's out of the car. Yeah.
He's hurt, maybe.
He maybe caught something over there.
All right, I'm going to throw a red flag and tend to Garrett Alberson over there. Just saw him. He climbed out of the race car and went down to his knees. You maybe wonder if he got hit with a rock or with something. Maybe a rock to the helmet or mud clod to the helmet. So red flag is out over in turn number 2 as Garrett Alberson slowed to a stop. All right, so tending to Garrett Alberson over there, who you saw stop up at the top of turn number 2, slow to a stop and get out of the race car. And certainly don't want to speculate, but you wonder if it wasn't a mud clod or rock or something maybe came through the car. Just pure speculation, of course. They got safety folks over there checking on Garrett Alberson right now. And he did slow to the car to the stop and climb out under his own power in a race that has 40 laps remaining and has just been one plot twist after another throughout the course of this entire event thus far.
Yeah, I'd say I hope Garrett's okay, of course, but some of these guys probably, they're like Bronson, they're hoping for rain, I guess, so all this give them a break. But man, I'm telling you, so much went on tonight and all weekend, and it just shows you like how lucky and blessed we are that this don't happen a lot. Anything can happen, and let's face it, these guys push the envelope every lap, every race, every weekend. So it's just for some reason kind of catching up with us.
So as they tend to Garrett Alberson, we will go ahead and step aside here for a quick set of commercial breaks. Yeah, and again, you saw him. He got out of the car under his own power. Safety officials down there just taking their precautions, taking their time with him and everything. So those of you watching at home, we'll step aside for a set of commercial breaks. We've got 60 laps in the books, 40 laps remaining in the Sunoco North-South 100 here at Florence. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Florence Speedway in the 44th running of the Sunoco North-South 100 as a red flag with 40 laps remaining for Garrett Alberson, who slowed to a stop on his own up at the top of turn number 2. And you saw Garrett, he climbed out of the race car under his own, and safety officials are over there tending to him and checking on him right now as we speak. And of course, undergoing all safety precautions as possible. Don't want to speculate possible mud, clod, or rock, but again, we will wait for those that have more knowledge and insight on that before we give any official word. But safety officials over there tending to Garrett Alberson and making sure they get through all the safety precautions for the driver of that Ken and Beth Roberts Racing number 58. So again, 40 laps remain in this Sunoco North-South 100, and if there's a silver lining in this, the rain that had started to build up at one time off to the west seems to have dissipated, and I'm sure I probably just jinxed that for the rest of the night as well, but it has been an interesting evening here, to say the least. But that is the latest update on the driver, the number 58, Garrett Alberson. We wanted to come back and provide you with at least that much as of right now, again, without further speculation, over in turn number 2. I do want to give an update as well, Randy. You and I were talking there off headset during that last commercial break. Got a text from James Trantina, and Dan Ebert broke a lift arm on the 60 car on that lap 12 accident, and that took out the drive shaft and then everything else.
Yes, absolutely. And I said it was maybe a drive shaft, or the lift arm would take out the drive shaft, and whatever it was, it stuck in the ground. I also have mentioned a couple of times this weekend that we thought electrical problems or battery issues, which I know for a fact. I've talked to 5 different teams that's had issues, but at no time have I ever or will ever say what company or what product, because everybody works hard to try to do the best thing. They build the best product they can to take the damage and abuse that we put it through. So had a couple people think that I was mentioning certain products, and I don't do that. But if you build a battery and the battery's bad, I'll call it that way. I just won't say no names. So, but anyway, we're up here just speculating, trying to do the best we can. But I knew the way he stopped, there had to be something in the in the ground that broke and went down. So definitely wasn't a battery, but kind of like what we thought it was.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate that insight. Appreciate that insight there, Randy, as they get the 58 of Garrett Alberson pushed off the racetrack. We'll step aside for another quick set of commercial breaks. We come back, the conclusion of the 2026 running of the Sunoco North-South 100 here at Florence Speedway. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Florence Speedway and the 44th running of the North-South 100 with 60 laps in the books, 40 laps to go. All right, we have an update on Garrett Alberson for you. You know, a lot of folks here on the grounds and watching would like an update. So here's what we know at this time. Garrett was hit with something out there on the racetrack. A rock, a mud clod, not real sure. It actually made a laceration above his eye, above one of his eyes, the rock, mud clod, whatever it was. And so they are going to transport him to a local hospital for further evaluation. So that's what we know on Garrett Albertson at this time, getting wake alert. You saw him get out of the car. He was talking to safety officials. But again, he did have a laceration above his eye, and they are going to transport him to a local hospital for further evaluation, James.
All right, 60 laps. In the books, 40 to go. Dallin Murray down the minute. Josh Rice comes back out.
Yeah, Carson Ferguson also came down. New right rear tire on car 93. I think they had one going down. And Max Blair back out on the racetrack.
All right, so it's Kyle Bronson, your race leader. He's led from lap 25 to 60. Brandon Overton is second. Devin Moran is third. Hudson O'Neal is fourth, and well, Carson Ferguson pitted, Alberson pitted, Luke Morey, he will be in there.
Yeah, Luke Morey's
so the 49s will be side by side, Morey and Davenport.
I've been in racing a long time, James. Not sure that I've ever been part of a night like this one here.
Well, Kyle Bronson has led again lap 25. 3 different leaders in this race. Ebert led laps 1 through 7. Davenport 8 through 24. Bronson in front since then. 40 to go as we come out of turn 4. The East Door and Hauling and Rigging restart zone back underway at Florence.
Here comes Devin Moran. He's got a good run on this restart, trying to work his way around the 40B of Bronson and the 76 of Overton. Top 3 cars immediately put a few car lengths between themselves and the rest of the field, and here comes Devin Moran.
Out at turn number 4 with our 4th different leader. No, Kyle Bronson still leads here at Florence. Protects that low line. Moran will get the run up top. Devin down the back straightaway. Brandon over to this third. Clay Harris or Jonathan Davenport is back to 4th. Am I right? Off at turn number 4, Davenport back to 4th. When it looked like he might have been out of the race. And now he's up for the front. And meanwhile, Moran throws the slider. Bronson trying to recover down the back straightaway. Bronson's going to go to the outside. Will we have our 4th different leader? Overton lurks there in 3rd. Down the main straightaway. Devin Moran out in front at Florence.
63 laps in the books, and it's Devin Moran out front at Florence. And KB40 going to throw a slider on him down to 1 and 2. He retakes the lead. Moran will cross him back over. Down the back straightaway. Bronson going to try to get the momentum back up on the high side. Can Bronson retake the lead off corner number 4? We got a Hellraiser Jack's caution again. And there is...
Well, so there was debris on the track, and then Dustin Jarrett, where you and I were locked outside the back door at the Hall of Fame today, there's now a wheel cover that is over there. It got hit, shot over the fence, and I think it hit the new addition to the Hall of Fame.
Well, and there is one still out there on the racetrack. Yep.
Yeah, there was also debris down in turn at number 4. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Moran will be out in front.
Yeah, he had the lead that last time by, the 4th different leader of this race.
So Bronson will now be 2nd on the Delaware double file restart. Overton 3rd, Davenport back to 4th after bringing out a caution. And Clay Harris, Morey, O'Neal, Shirley, Blair, Rice 10th.
Yeah.
I give Bronson credit. He drives the wheels off the race car, doesn't he? I mean, there's not a lap he lacks at all. And Overton's down there on the bottom just saying, you guys go right ahead, right? So he's just not abusing his equipment, and that car looks really, from when it started the race, right, to 76.
Yeah. And don't look now, but the Fast 49 will line up directly behind the 40B on this Delaware double file restart.
Do we need more drama?
I've had enough drama for one night. Get me through the last 37 laps of this race, and let's just have a good, clean finish.
I may just have to leave for Batesville tomorrow. Here they come out of turn 4. We've got 37 to go. 63 scored. Back underway at Florence.
Here comes Overton down on the inside. How about Clay Harris?
Oh yeah, it would be an It would be a $76,000 payday, and he's going to 4th. As he's gotten around Davenport. Bronson works the top. And Overton says, you guys go right ahead. I'm going to cruise on the bottom, down the main straightaway, trying to become the 5th different leader. He does it by a half a car length. Still Moran out in front.
Where's the scoring loop at here? Is it at the flag stand?
I think it's right before the flag stand.
All right.
Moran still leads.
The way this night has gone, that might be information that we need to know before the end of the night. Moran out front, Overton second, Bronson trying to rally back on the high side. Top 5 all kind of right there together with each other. That's the battle for the lead on the left, the battle for 3rd on the right.
And another Hellraiser. Jack's caution is out on the racetrack.
Doggone it.
I believe that is a drive shaft.
Yeah, it's right here, right before you get to the flag stand on the turn 4 end. Max Blair dropped that, and it sits on the racetrack, and there's no denying what that issue is.
That's the kind of stuff that we talked about, Weaver, right after that massive accident with 12 laps in.
Yeah, the parts that you don't know that's tweaked or got shook up or shortened out or whatever. You never know from here on out, and it'll start showing up a little bit at a time. But everything showed up tonight, so we'll see. Hopefully we can finish this thing up.
Yeah, they're out there scavenging the racetrack for any more debris. 65 laps in the books. All right, let's reset here, Weaver. 35 laps to go. Let's redo. Is Overton still the horse you're riding with? You think he's the best car out there? Is it the 99? Is it the 40? Is it someone else? Who is it?
I still stick with 76, Brandon Overton, just because, like James was saying, he's running around the bottom. He's letting them guys bounce around the cushion, and, running around that bottom is definitely easier on equipment. And when it's about 15 to go, it's time to get with it.
Yeah, he's the only car that doesn't have a mark on it, right?
Well, it ain't over, but yeah, it is. He is so far, so here we go.
All right, Delaware double file restart. Hilsebeck trying to make it back out. It's Moran, Overton, Bronson, Harris, Davenport in top 5. Rice is back to 6th after pitting. Maury, O'Neill, Murdy, and Carson Ferguson, and that is all unofficial. We'll see if we can finish this out with 35 to go down the back straightaway. Moran, here comes Overton and Bronson. He's still going to be married to that. He's going to go to the bottom in 40B.
Yeah, he really banged the boards down there in turns 1 and 2. He fell back to 5th and got back up to 3rd, and it makes you wonder if he's found something running a high down in 1 and 2 and then going low down in 3 and 4.
Down the back straightaway, Kyle Bronson, Clay Harris right there. He's the Hooker Trucking hard charger so far in this race.
How about
33 to go.
How about Luke Maury is running 6th
Absolutely,
in this race?
his first North-South 100.
I know there's been a lot of attrition. I know there's been a lot of cautions, but doggone it, you got to go out there, run your race, and finish the race. So I want to give a hat nod to the 49 of Luke Maury, his dad Aaron Maury, Brett Coltman, and that 49 team. Good for them.
Evan Moran out at
Rice and Davenport exchanging pleasantries down there.
Well, we saw what happened with Pearson Davenport a year ago. Bronson way up there, man. He put that one in Lexington. Down the back straightaway. Rice to the outside. And the crowd, they're still into it there. Still a ways to go. 31 to go. It's Moran, Overton, Harris, and then Josh Rice. And you know Josh Rice is not going to give up, right?
No,
yeah,
he's not.
I seen on that last caution his crew guys come out and just pointing at him like really upset with him and gave him the elbows up like it's up to you from here on.
So. Whoa, into the wall. Was it Jason Jameson down there telling him to settle down, right?
you know something's going. You know something is up when Jameson is telling you to just don't lose your head.
Jameson settled down his way different than everybody else's.
Well, he's up there trying on the outside is the 11, but while he's doing that, Devin Moran at the front of the field is just kind of quietly trying to walk away from him here. 71 scored, 29 to go, and Moran with a 1.2 second advantage. He was one of the multitude of drivers involved in that lap 12 caution here on the front stretch.
4th different leader of this race. Overton still 2nd. Clay Harris running a really good race in that 6 car. Again, he's 27th to 3rd. And again, I know there's attrition, but you give him a tip of the cap. And Rice down closes on this, and he's going to throw it in there, and he'll get around Clay Harris.
Josh Rice momentarily in that third spot. We'll see what he's got. Weaver, this track, I see two distinct streaks now down in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, we talked about it all weekend, that little chop getting in one, that's going to make you go below it or above it, and the little black rings around the racetrack shows that. So I'm telling you, the 11 car will get something going here at the end. I mean, but I was just thinking, there is nobody here that says, man, all we need is a caution. We've had enough of that for tonight. So it's going to be a heck of a race at the end. You can feel it coming.
The 11 car, you don't think the 11 car wants a caution, Weaver?
I don't even think he does.
I know. That's why I vote for PSG. But anyway, down the back straightaway, 25 to go. It is still Moran Overton. Rice is 2.9 seconds behind the leader.
Max Blair says that's nothing. He was.
And guess what?
A Hellraiser Jacks caution flag. Well, whether he wanted it or not, he got it. We got debris maybe over in turns 3 and 4, as I see safety officials out there at the top side of the racetrack.
We're getting some tires ready down here towards Ben in the infield. I don't know who that's for.
Well, there's only 13 cars on the racetrack. It may not be a bad strategy, Ben.
That's going to be Team 71. That's going to be Jason Durham and the SSI Motorsports team. They're down there looking at their guy. Meanwhile, you got Josh Rice's Ratliff Motorsports team, and they're waving the sticks in the air like rail the top. Where did you think he's going to go? I don't think Vegas would even let you bet on that one. And, hey, if you're Brandon Overton, Weaver, and you know that 11's back in third, do you give him the top for the restart?
Well, probably Brandon might do that. But
Well, he did not. I don't think he did. That's a trick question. I don't already knew the answer.
Well, reason I even said that was if you let the 11 get up there with the 99 and they're up on that cushion, Brandon's been around that bottom all night, and he's been really good all weekend there. So I don't know. Maybe he's going to get slid going into one either way. So he might just be able to cross over and get a run and get back to the bottom.
Well, Randy Weaver now running 14th apparently in this race because it's Moran, Overton, Rice, Harris, Davenport, Morey, Bronson, Murdy, O'Neill, Ferguson, Shirley, Lawler, and Hilzebeck, and that's it. With 25 to go, and Florence's favorite son is running third. He's going to line up on the bottom of the restart, and you know what's coming into one. Overton's going to try to protect that bottom. He can't. And Rice is going to go to second.
He does momentarily.
Here comes 49.
Davenport, who had that massive wreck on the back straightaway, now trying to move up there. Moran says, have at it. Devin trying to pull away. And all of a sudden, Jonathan Davenport going to go up to second this time by. Yes, he does. Moran's been involved in a wreck. Davenport was in a wreck. Rice was in a wreck. Your top 3 have all been involved in cautions here.
Devin Moran leads into 3. 23 to go. Rice is going to rail the top. Out of 4. Davenport trying to protect it. Oh, crossover by Rice. Watch this into 1. Oh, man. Are you serious? He cleared him. Davenport down the back straightaway. This crowd is still into it, though, DJ. Even though this race is going on for about 3 hours. Out at turn 4, 22 to go.
Oh, my. Rice officially to second, that time by at the line. 22 laps to go. Is this the year?
This may turn into a 2-day show here shortly.
The crowd's on their feet. He's closing in on Moran. The crowd rises on the front straightaway, guys. 21 to go.
What do you think, Randy?
Yeah, I said get to this last 20, and then it's on from there. So,
it is on for 75K. Moran, Rice, Davenport, out at turn 4.
Rice.
What you don't want to get? He's been in this position how many times, Destin, as the 11 car?
Yeah.
His best finish in this race has been a 5th. And he's got some DNFs to go along with that, but right now he's in position right now as they come out of turn 4.
When it hits your marks lap after lap after lap like that in a race like this, Randy, has got to be, it's nerve-wracking anyway, but it's got to be for the hometown boy.
Absolutely, and like I said, up there on the top, it is crazy the line you have to.
No! Oh, man. We just cannot keep wave the green flag out in this one.
I want to officially say James's vote for Please Stay Green has failed tonight.
The
Good
71.
thing there's a pound per lap burn off because they're going to get, well, debris on top of 4.
No, we may need an open red, man. Hudson O'Neal has mangled the right rear. The quarter panel's gone. The breakaway spoiler's gone. Part of the deck's been up. Meanwhile, Corey Lawler's going to make his way down to his crew. Poncho goes to work on that race car. And they already had that right rear ready for Huddy, but they're going to need more than that. It looks like he kissed the concrete pretty solid. All 4 tires were up on the 71 car, though.
Wow. I mean, just
It'll still be officially a Delaware double file restart, right?
until 10 to go. Yeah, per the rules of the Lucas Oil
Okay,
100
Ben.
Series.
Come on, guys. What's he going to pick, Rice? He's going to pick the top, right? There you go.
Surely you do. I mean, again, like Ben said, Vegas wouldn't let you bet on it.
He does pick the top, but Randy, the 3 of us, you're the only one that's ever sent one of these things. Oh, man.
And Devin Moran, I don't know if he's pointing out debris, but
He just about gained an 11 car.
well,
I think he's broke.
Did he break?
Or do we think it's debris? That's a long stop for debris.
man.
Surely not, guys.
Well, I'm looking at
See him pointing at it.
wow.
No,
Is he?
I don't know.
Well, Moran stopped all of a sudden, and Rice got into the back of him. Did it get up into the radiator, into the...
I don't think he got into him that hard, but he did get into the quarter panel.
But now he's rolling again, so.
Well, that's what I wondered at. How much did he get into that right rear quarter panel in the 99?
My goodness
What
sakes.
else can possibly happen in this race? I mean,
19 still to go. I'm waiting for Shepard to come back out with a new rear end in there.
Yeah, there was a 37 car pileup roughly 2.5 hours ago. Hey, Randy, my question though is, you give Davenport the inside. We saw the last time that Davenport got a big run down the back straightaway. He threw the slider on Rice from the bottom to the top. I mean, does Rice have to worry about that going into 1?
Absolutely. And here's the thing, I've been watching a little bit, but you know, remember the contact initially with these guys, and when they've been racing each other pretty hard, it's like, you know, they ain't forgot that. So and it's 75,000 to win, so I'm just saying it, you know, gloves off from here on out.
Again, it's a pound per lap burn off, 100 pounds.
it's going to be 22.50.
2250, so we're not even going to get that close. I don't know. I have no idea.
Here we go.
It's been
19 laps left and a great run for Davenport on the restart.
He'll try to squeeze on the bottom. Moran trying to protect down the back straightaway.
Luke
and they're
Morey.
side by side. Luke Morey, not in America. It's 49 all the time. Second and third. How about Luke Morey, the Coleman Farms 49 down the straightaway. Half a car length. Moran still leads. 18 to go.
What on earth is happening in Florence, Kentucky? Here comes Davenport to the inside. Morey battling Rice for third. They're wheel to wheel for the lead through turns 3 and 4. Will Davenport take it back this time by at the line? Yes, he does, with 17 to go. And Moran back out front in 1 and 2.
Let's go, guys. Let's go green the rest of the way. 17 to go. Moran down Davenport. And Jonathan's going to throw it in on the bottom. He'll slide up the track. Devin says crossover. And JD is back in front by a nose.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, Luke Morey is really good on the bottom of this racetrack.
And look at the 11. Get back, Jack, because they go into 3. They'll have 15 to go. It's 99, 49, 11, 49 into 1. I don't know who's going to win it.
I don't know either.
I do not know.
I just want to sit back here and watch it.
Oh, Moran crossover.
Oh, Rice may get by both of them here.
And Moran is going to go. This place will explode, won't it? Here comes Rice right there. We might have the 3-wide finish I've always been looking for the past 40-some years. Oh, Moran slides in front of Rice. Here comes Luke Morey.
Morey going for second.
Zeeland, Michigan to Denver, North Carolina to Florence, Kentucky. Davenport. Here comes Moran. Jonathan still with the lead in the 1. There's 13 to go.
Will you announce? I just want to watch this. I
Down
mean, this
the back
is incredible.
Here.
This is incredible.
And now Moran. He'll go to the outside. JD trying to protect. There's Morey and Rice going side by side down the straightaways. 0.2 of a second last time for Davenport. into turn number 1. 13 to go.
Well, Devin Moran, he's trying. He's trying. Rice is trying as well. Moran's got to run. He'll go back to the outside now. This time by 11 laps to go. Morey still on the bottom. Here comes Rice again up top.
Now the fans have waited to see this one as you see Luke Morey digging on the bottom. Rice up top. Rice will fire down the back straightaway. Rice will try to go to third. Moran trying to go back to the front. Davenport down to turn 4, slides up the track. Boy, tip of the cap to Luke Morey. He's hung right in there with the best in the business. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, 10 to go. And this means if we have a caution, it would be a single file restart, right, DJ?
Yes, it does. Here's the 99 banging the cush. The 11 banging the cush. The 49 around the middle. That's the 49 of Davenport. The 49 of Morey right around the bottom of the racetrack.
Rice is trying to clear. He might be faster than Moran. And more out of the fuel cell into turn number 3. Rice is going to throw it in at 11. The crowd rises to its feet.
Oh,
well,
man.
We're going to have a showdown here shortly. 49 and 11. The home track favorite. The National Touring Superstar. Down the back straightaway, they go 3 wide, race to the middle.
And while they're doing that, guy, I hate to say it, Davenport's pulling away from him. Davenport is walking away in the closing stages of this one, guys.
Well, it was 1.1. It's going to be a little bit more than that. Rice is trying to get it wound up. Now, Rice, if you're Rice, you got to hit your marks, right? Down the back straightaway. Watch this closing into turn number 3. Davenport hanging in there. Off of 4. Rice is in distance. Bang that cush, banging the boards at 4 is Rice. It's not over yet.
He's hitting the turbo button on the controller, man.
Watch this. Down the back
turbo
straightaway.
button on the controller.
This place, and he was 8/10 the last time. He has got to get that turn 4. He's clean through that. He is there. He's going to be there in another lap. And we've got 5 to go next time around in this place. It's going to come unglued. Oh, and he bangs the wall.
He's getting a run.
He's getting a run. 11 on 49. This is his chance. Right here out of turn number 4. He's waited his entire life. He has watched this race the entire lifetime of the 11. Watch his dad, Jerry, run it, and he is there. This place is going to come unglued. He'll have a run down the back straightaway.
You can hear the crowd. They're on their feet. He's going to throw a slider into 3 and 4. Rice for the lead of the North-South 100. Davenport crosses him back over. 3 to go.
All right, deep breath, DJ. Davenport will slide up the track. Josh will get it wound up. And he is giving it everything. They got both of them are. Morey is still 3rd, Moran 4th, Overton 5th. Davenport's going to slide up to protect the line. Josh, they ride that cushion.
They both got it. They both hit the wall.
2/10 last time around. Into 1. There's 3 to go. Will we have another last lap pass? We had 2 of them last night. I don't even know what to say. I don't know who's going to win it. Rice is looking. Rice is looking. Rice
white
is looking.
Flag this
Rice
time.
is going to throw it out of
white
4.
Flag.
Davenport. Here they are. The white flag. He takes the lead.
No, Davenport gets under him. Down into 1 and 2.
Here comes Rice. Oh, he gets a dig down the back straightaway.
Oh, man.
This is
Morey's
it.
there in 3rd. Checkered flag.
Oh, and
in
he hits
the air.
the cushion.
Oh, Rice
with
going
a
to try to
crossover
drive back
down
down
the straightaway.
Rice
He
will win
did
the
it.
North-South 100.
He did it.
Holy cow.
No.
Oh, what a race. What a finish. Oh, my goodness. You can hear the crowd reacting. Everybody is on their feet.
Weaver, what just happened? Weaver, what just happened?
Exactly like we come to Florence for. Every night it's been something like that.
Another last lap pass, 3 in a row here.
Yep.
Look at him.
Oh.
He's got to go to the Longacre Racing Products. Florence, we waited about 4 hours for that to end, and are you kidding me?
He's got to go across the scales.
Go across the scales. We got to
make
check
it
the
official.
weight. A pound per lap burn off.
Look at the infield.
22.
Oh,
Look
my
at everybody
goodness.
here. Nobody's going to leave. Let him go. Let him go. It's all right. It's a little early for celebrating. You got to go to the scales. We got to go through Droop, Dad Jerry, Brother James, Cousin Dan. They're all It's not official yet. Rice, Davenport, Morey third. Good job by Luke. Moran, Overton, Murdy, Harris, Ferguson, Shirley, Bronson, all unofficial.
Not one person has left Florence Speedway. Not one person
What time did we
is
start the
sitting
feature?
down about 8 hours ago. Not one person is sitting in what might be.
Well, the Snowco sign is upside down, so what else can we? No, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
I love the thought of it staying upside
And
down
it's
the
a
way this
Snowco
night's
car
going.
that wins. He's waited his entire life for this.
Well, you heard him talk last night in Victory Lane. He said this 4th year in a row he's come here with a new car. Now, 2 things. He's got to make weight right here in the Long Acre Racing Product scale area, and he's got to pass the droop check down at the end of the front straightaway down there.
That turn 40, I don't even know what to say. I'd like to see the end of that. That was a pass on the white flag lap. All right. He's cleared the scales as far as we know. It's all right. We still got to go droop here. We'll get the last lap. I want to see the last 5 of those. Shirts are optional here in Kentucky, apparently. Here we go, and up on the droop. All right, here we go. Canute.
I mean, you could cut the tension with a knife at this place.
You know, it couldn't have ended any better, right, for the fans here, the local fans.
Yeah,
that have followed Josh Rice since he started here in a modified. And he's touring for the first time in a late model with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He got a rocket, and let's see. We can show the last lap 100 times in the next 24 hours. I want to see it again. Here we go.
There it is.
Is it official? Well, we got to wait till the name gets on the check.
Yes. Here's that last lap one more time.
And he thought, okay, he just gave it away, but no.
I thought they were going to take each other out right there, and Morton was going to pass them both.
This is the last lap, right? He jumped out at 2. And watch this. They're both going to get, he bangs the wall. Davenport slides him. They come down the straightaway, and the crowd goes berserk. Can we give a shot, Tiffany, of the name on the check to make it official? They're back straight away. Let's hear it for him. Look. He might have ran out of fuel.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's not enough security in Kentucky to control this crowd.
We need an Elio Castro.
Holy smokes.
He's got a flat right rear tire on that thing.
Should Josh Rice climb the fence? The name's on the check. It's official. $75,000. There you go,
he's
Josh
out of the
Rice.
car.
You go. Remember when Eddie Carrier Jr. won? That was the loudest applause. And in fact, how about he giving credit to Eddie Carrier Jr. last night for helping with that car? And that just...
Oh, man.
Oh, Rice Brothers, y'all. There ain't.
Oh, man. Don't get arrested, sir.
We've already had one person tased tonight.
Oh, it's 11:48 at night in one of the longest races I've ever seen.
The right rear is flat. The right front is towed. Look at the right front. Randy Weaver, look at the right front. I don't know if he could have made another lap.
He could have made one more. It's amazing. This crowd keeps him so pumped up. I believe he could have made 2 or 3 more. But, man, what a race. I told you it was building. You could feel it coming. He was getting his line going. And him and JD, man, they had a heck of a race. I mean, they made a little contact here and there, but it's 75,000, and bigger than that, it's the North-South 100.
Hey, by the way, front straightaway, rolling to victory lane. He can hear you now, front straightaway. Start making him feel welcome.
Is that Mike Marler down there? I think that's Davenport. There you go. I think he's congratulating him. Jason Jameson telling Josh Rice to settle down is classy. And he did. He got it done for James Ratliff.
Davenport had a big smile on his face as he leaned in. We're going to try to control this for 1 second.
Good luck, Ben.
Say something nice about me, guys.
It's been a good run, buddy. How did Ben go out? Well, he got mobbed by a crowd at the North-South 100.
Rice Brothers y'all got him. All right, wait, don't even call out Mark Richards down here, tears in his eyes as we are waiting for Josh Rice to climb out of his race car. $75,000, but much, much more. Fist bumps down here, smiles on his face. It is pandemonium. Most races want as many people on the entire grandstands we have on the front straightaway right now. He's gonna put the Hoosier neckband on. 27th driver to add his name to the North-South 100 title. It came with a trip to the pit area. Big Snacks yelling at him. He puts the hat on, out of the race car. How about it for Josh Rice at Florence?
Move over censor button.
Hug from his brother. James, man, brotherly love. That's what it's all about. Mark Richards down here, tears in his eyes. This is the moment. All right, I need you to focus. We got to say something together. All right, say Josh Rice.
I don't know if I can get it out.
You got this. Come on, Josh Rice.
Josh Rice
is
a freaking North-South winner.
That was the end of it, buddy. The dreams come true, Josh.
That's the most embarrassing donut ever. Probably a good thing. I probably blew some of a bitch up, so it's probably a good thing. What the hell? We got 4 different tires, wrecked 3 times. We had a fucking Daytona crash on the front stretch. Just, holy shit. I was pitting there to get a shock, and because I knew the right front was blew out. Hell, that was obvious. I had total movement in the right front. Just, I was so mad we didn't change that shock. I was like, what the hell are we doing? Why did I pit? And it worked out. it worked out. Hell, I didn't even know the left front was flat. Just.
Do you feel like the highlight of the night is when you're down there and you're upset in the car and Jason Jameson is telling you to calm down? I feel like that was the turning point in the night.
Yeah, I had about 6 pep talks, and man, I'm speechless. Like, what the hell just happened? Who would have thought, man? I can't thank everybody enough, man. Yeah, about that shit, Rice Brothers, y'all. I can't thank my dad and mom enough for everything. I don't think a local's ever won this deal. We've made a mess of this race so many times, and just can't thank all my sponsors enough for all throughout the years. Just everybody that stuck with me, all my guys. It's all my family and friends are here. It's incredible. Man, I just kept getting crowded off the corners. When you slide them guys, it's either hit them down the straightaway or slide them to let you know you're coming. And I knew with that deal with Turbo, it was only 50 to go. I was going to get going. And, well, then I had a chance at 40 to go because I crashed it again. Just can't thank James Ratliff.
Hey, hold on a second. Look at this.
There's going to be a lot of beers drank at the 11 trailer tonight. I got to thank James Ratliff for this opportunity. It's insane that we've made it this far, and he gave me the opportunity to do this. Never would I have thought in a million years I'd be doing this for a living, and I never thought I'd win this race either, but just can't thank JR Auto Sales, JR Trucking, Glenwood Electric, of course, for everything. Mark Richards, Danny, Joel, Austin. This is going to sound like a Rocket One interview, but they worked their butts off in this car this week. The Vic Hill engine had her guts twisted out, and like I say, I'm glad it stalled over there because it's probably going to get some more workout in. But This is incredible, man. I need to make sure I'm getting everybody. Give me the mic. I'll just
We'll
take
do it together.
All
It's a team sport. Let's
All
do
right.
this.
Scott and Kelly with Chain Locker, Midwest Sheet Metal, CAG, MGL, Rice Excavating, C&K, Fox Shocks, Sunoco Race Fuels, BC Fluid Power, Lonker Construction, Jesse Insurance, Stack Products, Berea Collision, Swift Springs, Impact Race Gear, Kaiser Manufacturing, Pure Max Racing Oil, Big Al, and everybody, man. This is just incredible. Everybody that stopped and got a T-shirt this weekend. That's just it's incredible. Hopefully, I'm not forgetting anybody. I'm sorry, I am. Once again, just can't thank everybody enough. Man, when I'd get runs on them guys, I just kept having to calm myself down. I'm like, car is not good. When I can hit it right, I'm really good, and just tried to stay focused. And I don't know how clean some of them sliders were on JD. I felt like I owed him one, and I got it back down here in 3. And then we went on and raced. He apologized. Thank a lot of JD. We've had a lot of good racing here recently, and this is incredible, man. It's 75,000. Holy shit!
So let's go back to that last lap. You take the lead, you get to the white. There was not a single butt and a single seat in Union, Kentucky, Walton, wherever the hell we're at. You get to the flag stand though. JD picks your ass end up heading into 1. What goes through your mind in that last lap in 1 and 2 backstretch, 3 and 4 to the checkers?
You have no idea how hard it is not to be like, all right, the fans are paying attention. They're just crazy. When I slid him down here, I got all crossed up on the cushion and cut down in front of him, and I figured he was probably aggravated with that and carried me. And all the way down the back chute, man, I didn't know what to do. I was like, do I slide myself? And then I got to thinking about last night and how out of control I was getting to it. It's like, man, I guess I'll just enter it and just be prepared to cross. And right rear tire hit the cushion perfect, and it launched me. And I knew it was over before it was over. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I got the best run I could have ever imagined. I want to thank Zach, Dan, Snack. They got to deal with me every day. They moved to my race shop, and they got to literally deal with me every single day. And can't thank them enough. If this don't make it worth it, then they probably don't need to be doing it. But just can't thank them 3 enough, especially my brother James.
What about that hug with you and James? It's like nobody else in the world exists in that moment. What has James meant to you in your career?
Man, I mean, I've said it forever. I've looked up to him forever, and I just I don't know, man. It's a dream come true. We've talked about doing this forever. It's a dream come true. I'm in shock, really. Man, I just never thought we would get to this point.
Florence, how much do you love my guy down here? Let Josh Rice hear it down here. Josh Rice, I'm gonna let you soak it up, brother.
Let me get one more.
You got one more, and then I got one more. You go.
All my guys, I'm probably gonna forget them. It's been a long road, and never thought we'd get here. Cole McCubbin, Blake Garrison, he's awesome. He's done tire work for me for basically nothing for the few years, forever. My buddy Noah, there he is. I'm giving that sumbitch a hug here soon. All my friends, man. Tony, truck driver Tony, he drove us up and down the road for the last several years. I can only recall him missing 1 race. And just everybody, man. I can't believe I'm going to forget him. This is typical, ain't it? The guy that moved up here from Florida and turned our program around. Hell, I didn't know how to use a spring smasher until he came up here. And definitely got us on the right track and was the reason we won a shitload of races. And I actually went to him tonight, and I just needed a reassurance. I'm like, listen, I think this is what we need to do. Just say yes. And he's like, yeah, if that's what you feel, do it. And just rocket chassis, man. It's incredible. It's crazy.
One question for you. Can everybody come hang out at the 11 pit area tonight?
You damn right. BYOB at the 11 trailer.
BYOB, Josh Rice, race fans. He is a Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100 champion.
He gets picked up by Zach Friels down there, and Ben is going to fight his way through the Mass Sea of Humanity and make his way over to your second and third place finishers, Jonathan Davenport and Luke Morey.
I got to find G. Oh, okay, he's been at the back of the car. Got Jonathan Davenport down here. He's talking with Aaron Morey, Luke's dad. And Jonathan, I feel like they're going to write a novel about this deal tonight, man. How do you describe the emotions of everything that happened and even be on the podium, much less have a chance for the win on the last lap?
Shit, I can't even remember everything that happened. Really, just, yeah, we took off pretty good there and just kind of, luckily I got by Dan when I did, or hell, there might have been even more cars tore up. And then luckily he picked the outside. I think there's what I heard on the receiver. So if he'd been on the bottom and broke, it'd probably been even worse. But I just hate for, a quarter of the field or half the field, whatever, got taken out there. And that definitely changed the complexion of the race. And then, yeah, the first time me and Josh got together, like I really thought I left him just enough room, and he jumped my right front, so these things running yaw. And if he didn't hit my right rear quarter panel, just racing deal. And then I knew he was pissed off or whatever. And then with Bronson, I don't know. I feel like he could have probably hit the brake pedal. There is one in there. So I don't know. Just there's many times that, I had to slow down or hit the brake pedal. Somebody'd slide me. But then just coming back through the field there, we put on tires, and obviously, luckily we had a big berm over there, and I didn't hit the concrete wall, I don't think. So that saved the race car quite a bit and allowed us to be able to come back up through there and just started picking them off, whatever. And then I never really could run the cushion really good. I got to bounce, and I only tried it a couple of times. And then we just progressed up through there and got back by Josh again, and then I thought it was going to be okay, then got by Devin and just got a little excited, I guess. We started really rolling through the middle, and then I could catch the brown in 3 and 4 pretty good. I couldn't circle there and lead very good, so I got where somebody knocked a ute tire in there in the middle, and I could catch it my left sides, and then it would hold me just enough where I could get off the corner. And just wasn't enough. And then I could see the front straightaway start standing up. Then when I come down the back straightaway, I could start seeing them standing up. So I knew he was coming. And then I just got excited and started trying to run harder in the corner and just trying to beat him to the corner because I knew, he was going to try to slide me. And then I just kind of got out of rhythm and just let him get back to me. And then we slid each other a couple times there. And then the last lap, I had a run on him, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't feel like just wrecking somebody. So I give him a lane there, and I thought he might try to come on that way, but then he cut down. So now I wish I'd have went on up, and I could have caught that little berm right against the wall, and I could have left with him down the straightaway. But anyway, congratulations to him. I mean, this is his home track, and he done a hell of a job. Both of our cars wasn't perfect after getting the front ends knocked out of both of them, but just a lot of grit and determination, and 2 good race cars. So thanks to my crew. They done an excellent job once again giving me a car to be able to compete and come back up through there. And they made the right calls. We made one little adjustment there when we did change tires. I think it helped just a little bit. So thanks to them for sure. And then Ace Duran, this is basically, their home racetrack. They're just right here in Cincinnati. So Chad come down and hung out with us. So that was awful good to see him, and he brought his boys. So just thanks for them and all they do. Steve Martin, Nutrient Ag Solutions, AC Warranty, Bill Stein Shocks, Longhorn Chassis, everybody that helps us, VP Fuels, Kaiser Wheels, Go Lithium Batteries. Yeah, pretty cool. My dad's here. Congratulations to, Brownie Brown, Shannon, Babb, Earl, all the other recipients into the Hall of Fame. That was a pretty neat deal today. And, yeah, I guess we get to leave out of here and not have to fight, maybe.
Hey, Jonathan Davenport comes home second tonight in the North-South 100. And how about, I think, 19th to 3rd, is that right? How about Luke Morey rounding out the Big River Steel podium from Michigan and North Carolina? Luke, you had a front row seat for a hell of a race, but you had to think late that you might be there in victory lane.
Yeah, it was crazy. First North-South for me. I've only been here one other time, and I'm telling you, it's crazy watching Rice and him go after and the fans freaking out. So I was just grateful to be battling for 20th. I mean, we started 7th in our heat today, and the last thing I thought we would be doing right now is standing on the front stretch, or let alone even being in the feature. So I got a bunch of people to thank. Coleman Farms Racing, Tanya with NPM Marketing, Autism Awareness. Thanks to Mike Marler. He helped us a bunch. I mean, we didn't even make the show last night. So thanks to Mikey, Mark Richards, he was a bunch of help, him and Brandon. The whole Seawright crew, they've been helped too. So I probably won't hit for a while. So.
Luke, was it hard to focus on driving the car when these guys are dicing it up? You're watching several thousand people on their feet. I mean, what is it like trying to maintain focus in that driver's seat?
Yeah, I blew 3 a few times there just watching them, and then come out of the corner and the fans are on their feet. So I was just hoping they would wreck each other, honestly. But I was just really grateful for third.
Race fans, Luke Morey comes home third, his best ever Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series finish. DJ James, I feel bad for you. Got to write this story, buddy. I don't know how you're going to do it.
Well, I think we just sold some more tickets for Batesville because Davenport will be there, and then Rice will be there for the first time next weekend. And I don't even know what to say.
Well,
1 hour and 51 minutes and 57 seconds. A fairy tale finish, though. You cannot get right, Randy? I mean, as long as this night was in this main event for the local fans here, it couldn't have ended any better.
Yeah, I can't believe we fit all that into an hour and 57 minutes, but I knew it was going to come down to something like that. The guys, just way Rice gets around here, how good Jonathan is. So I hate that the other cars got took out, but there was still a lot of good cars left and knew they'd be putting on a good race.
Well, guess what, guys? We've still got a race to go tonight, too. We've still got the
they're going to have to move a lot of people.
Yeah, well, we also have a race recap. They have somehow condensed this down to 2 minutes and 5 seconds. They could have condensed it down to 20 minutes and 5 seconds, and I don't know that it would have told.
Or 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yes. All right, the green flag, and then the big one. Well, no, not yet.
Dan Ebert led, the first 7 laps of this race. So we end up with 5 different leaders. Rice led 2. There's a
broken lift arm.
Wow.
On the 60. And that was if my math is correct, I believe that was a 14-car incident on the front straightaway.
Just a shame, and just a racing deal. Davenport going at it. Kyle was driving the wheels off that like he usually does.
He led laps 25 to 62.
Yep. And right there, a little bit of contact, and I think right here is where, right there.
Yeah, Davenport goes around in that contact, and I just
figured he was out. I thought he was out, didn't you?
I thought he was too.
Then Overton's in there, and you're thinking, hey, he's got something. They're 3 wide there. Bronson is bouncing off the wall, bouncing off the fence, whatever else.
There was a moment I thought, actually, a good time, I thought Devin Moran was going to win. He went to the lead.
4th.
He went to the lead in the 99 and stayed out front for a little while. And then here comes Davenport and Rice again.
So KB40 led 38 laps. Davenport 27, 21. I'm not even going to. I know Rice led 2, I believe. That's unofficial.
How many lead we
had 5 different leaders, but we had,
I think 9 or 10 lead changes. I have no idea.
We had 215 lead changes, and I don't even. Somehow Murdy finished 6th. Harris, Ferguson, Shirley, Bronson, and here it is right here. Look at him.
That was the white flag.
He picked him up.
I honestly thought they were going to wreck each other and Luke Morey was going to win the North-South 100.
That was reminiscent of last year with Pierce and Davenport, and here it goes right here. This is for all the money right here. Well, you thought, okay, he just gave it away. Crossover, here he comes, and he's already got the arm out the window. You got to love that, right?
I want to give we've given a lot of nods tonight. I want to give a nod to Nate Hartman and Adam Martz, our 2 up top cams, and Landon Summers, our infield cameraman, who, for those of you watching at home on Flow Racing, have done an absolutely exceptional job of telling the story through a video lens to those of you watching at home on Flow Racing. That's 3 of the absolute best in the business right there, and I'm like Josh Rice. I just watched all of that. I announced it all, and I still don't know what happened.
No, we still got a race to go yet, as you said. Tiffany Swish, lead producer, Robbie Johnston, Landon Summers, Nate Hartman, Adam Martz. We had Wade Smith, right?
Yeah, Wade on the drone, the Denago Power
Tom
Sports
Farah, Ryan Shelby, and of course, Dan Just.
Yes.
All of you, tip of the cap. You win an Academy Award tonight, and we still got the non-qualifiers, which pays $3,000 to win. I don't think Rice wants to leave the front stretch.
He might. The people probably don't. I just texted my wife and told her I might be home by sunrise, and that's a coin flip at this point.
Here we thought it was going to rain, so we're running through, and then this all happens, and a fairy tale ending here at Florence. He's waited all of his life. Started here in a modified. Won the Ralph Latham twice. Everybody says he needs to be a national touring driver. He becomes one. He's leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie. How many months is it? He needs to be in a rocket. He's better in a rocket. Well, he gets a rocket and he wins 2 races. So he won $6,000 last night, right? And he wins $75K tonight.
Yep.
So James Ratliff gave him a shot here this year out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. Joined the team with Jason Jameson and Justin Ratliff. And I saw Tunga down there, man. Tip of the cap to Timmy.
How about his dad, Jerry Rice, as well?
Jerry Rice.
You know, talked a lot about his brother, James, but Jerry Rice, a longtime campaigner here at Florence
Right.
and in the region as well, ran the Sunoco American Late Model Series many years.
Was the very first winner at Eldora of
Yep.
the Sunoco American Late Model Series.
Former Eldora track champ, Jerry Rice was.
Daniel Clark, he is the crew chief. You got Zach Fields, of course, Big Snack, Keir Hoover, and they've got him a nice trophy in the race shop, don't they?
You know, when I guess I can summarize by saying this: when you do this a lot, and again, James, you've seen far more races than me. It's very easy to get caught up in the motions and just go through a race. And quite honestly, you tend to kind of forget about some of the nights that you have and the events that you witness. Get an opportunity to call. This will not be one of those nights ever. This is one that we'll remember and that we'll be talking about for the rest of our lives.
My ink pen's out of ink. I've thrown it too many times tonight. You get frustrated and you're like, what is going on? And then, man, again, prayers again to Garrett Albertson. Hopefully he's going to be okay and be able to race next weekend. And but so it's Rice, Davenport, Morey, Moran, Overton, Murdy, Harris, Ferguson, Shirley, Bronson, O'Neill, Hilzebeck, Lawler. And that was it, right? That finished the race,
yes.
right?
Yeah, and I know that we have mentioned it a couple times, but I want to come back again to. I don't want Luke Morey's run to get lost in the chaos of all this as well. That is a career run for Luke Morey. He's just a youngster. His dad, Aaron Morey, grew up running racetracks. His dad, Aaron Morey, lived just outside Columbus, Ohio for a long time. Ran a modified for many, many years in and around Muskingum County, one of my home tracks and other areas. And Luke goes out, runs his race, and gets a third-place finish in the North-South. And, Ben, I don't want that to get lost in anything.
Well, and right on cue, Dad and son, Aaron and Luke, walked past me, and Luke's got somebody on speakerphone. I can only assume maybe Mom, but they both had grins on their face you couldn't wipe off. And guys, the confetti on this race car for Josh Rice, as he has the post-race tech, it was going to make weight with that confetti for sure. A year where we watch Dylan McCowan sweep the Diamond Nationals at his home track, and then a month and a half later or so, we come over here and we watch Josh Rice.
Listen to this crowd.
I mean, they're still fired up. And again, the front straightaway was pandemonium. I've heard those stories. I wasn't here the year that Eddie Carrier Jr. won, and I heard what it was like.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Tonight, somebody walked up and they were like, I thought the Eddie celebration was big. This was equally big. But that's why we play the game, and 2 mangled race cars. And, yeah, Jonathan Davenport probably had to think, man, if I hook him coming to the checkers, I'm never going to make it out of here. So,
and Eddie Carrier Jr., as Josh mentioned last night, helped with the car. Of course, he is works at Rocket Chassis in Shinston, and
Eddie's been running some this year in the Steve Waggle 75.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and what stuck out to me, let's not forget Rocket 1, Mark Richards, Steve Baker, they completely destroy a race car here tonight, goes off on the double hook. Mark Richards is crying in victory lane with Josh Rice. I mean, this was an emotional win. He debuted the new car, and man, it's going to be a big back half of the year for Josh Rice on the Lucas Tour. And somehow, some way, we have a non-qualifier race left. And I don't know that he's got anything left in the tank, but we're gonna make it through it.
Yeah, and it pays $3,000 to win. And it's going to be 25 laps in length.
I don't know what to say.
I don't.
Producer Tiffany, do we need to step out for a quick set of commercials? No, we got the non-qualifier rolling out now. Why not? Let's just... Let's just finish her off right here.
Let's just do it. Let's go 25 laps green flag.
Well, I think it's up to 25. If I remember right, I think the number of cars might dictate the number of laps.
Is there a time limit?
There's a lot of good drivers in this race.